Let me know when you're ready.
We ready. We out here. Keep it easy like Zoe.
Like Zoe, mama, I go relentless. Relentless.
Where's the yard boy?
Yeah, come on. Give me a little shout out.
Yo, all walk one. Welcome to the big bomba. Hold on, can I say that? Am I allowed to?
You're allowed to say that. Why are you censoring yourself now?
I'm scared. I don't want to lose my sponsorship.
Oh, just shut up. Go.
Yes, man. Relentless Diaries. We are back again. We are back, and we are black, blacker than ever. Summer come, blacker than ever. Easy like Zoe, but Zoe not easy. I don't know that.
All right, cut that shit.
Zoe
right
is
there.
not easy, not one
Cut
bit.
it right there.
Figuratively and literally.
Anyways, since
Zoe, mama, I go relentless.
Wheel up the. Go ahead.
anyways,
Who's you?
Who's you? What?
Like, who are you?
That's what I said.
Oh, okay,
I'm getting. Can I drive my own fucking boat? Niggas?
Drive it. So drive.
God damn. Since we discussed off air that we have to start doing intros of ourselves because we get newcomers, which I didn't realize. My dumbass is like, everyone knows who I am already. Clearly not. So
That's pretty privileged.
shut up. Starting from this episode, I'm going to start doing intros. So for anyone who doesn't know me, I'm your main host. This is the Relentless Diaries. I'm Zoe, a.k.a. Zoe, a.k.a. Big Zoe. Bigger the better. You feel me? You'll see me in real life. You know why they call me Big Zoe if you ever meet me. But that's this. This is the Relentless Diaries. I'm here with my two favorite, maybe semi-favorite men who are my brilliant co-hosts. Support black men, love black men. That's real. From my heart. These are the two that,
That's a new one. You don't hear that often.
Oh, shut up! These are my two that make the wheels go round. You know what I'm saying?
I
So
like that.
now I'm going to pass it on to you guys.
Yeah, man. What's goody in the hoodie like A Boogie? I'm back and I'm better like Bryson Tiller. It's your boy Trezor, a.k.a. Poppy Trey, a.k.a. the Toronto Tiller, a.k.a. the president of the Faithful Black Man Association. Don't chase me. Chase your dreams. You feel me? Relentless Diaries. We here.
Okay. And I'm Clyde Smitty, a.k.a. Mr. Jiggy, that podcaster, rapper, actor, but make the money come faster. You already know what it is.
You've been practicing.
It's good.
You've been practicing.
And for me to be one of your favorite men, you really are an enemy of my progress.
I am.
Like,
But
it makes no sense.
Ask all the men who I like genuinely love. I hate on them all the time.
He's an
Like
enemy.
all my guy best friends, they know I love them. I want
She will
them
not
to
let
do
me-
great things. But
not let me thrive, especially in the women department.
Yeah, Zoe's a big time hater.
if I love you, you know I'm gonna rain on your parade a little bit. That's just how I show love. Especially for my guy friend, I'm gonna rain on your parade.
That's crazy.
But I do love you all
That's crazy.
dearly. But everyone, thank you for tuning in to episode 8? I always get this wrong.
Yeah,
8?
I think it's 8. Yeah.
Perfect. 8. As y'all can see, if you're watching this on YouTube, your team upgraded. Okay,
You see how nice my skin is looking right
you
now,
already
baby.
know what we're saying.
Don't stare too long. Your man might get mad. You feel me?
Shut the fuck up. Okay. The
See
pod.
you see the chrome do-rag too, shining like a diamond.
The pod is getting bigger. The pod is getting better every day. We get more followers, more subscribers, more money, all that good shit. So, obviously, with that, when you level up on the pod, you gotta level up for the people. So, we have a new space. It's super cute. We have our new logo, which I'm super excited because we were reached out to by a really, I would say, supportive marketing agency called Royalty Marketing Agency, and I'm pretty sure they're based in Toronto. The CEO that we've been in contact with, her name is Symphony, beautiful black woman, and she gifted us a whole new logo package, which I think is super cute. So I'm gonna start posting them. It's gonna be our new header on YouTube. It's gonna be our new thing. So when you see this is us. We've been looking for a while to find a new look and feel logo, and I'm really happy that she reached out to us and she offered us this amazing package. I was really shocked. I was like, when she emailed me, I was like, first of all, she DM'd us and I didn't see it. And then she commented on our TikTok and I was like, who is this? I checked the DMs and I was like, oh shit. Then she emailed us and I was like, oh shit. So my apologies to her. She listens to us all the time apparently. And she's a really good, I guess, marketing professional because she gave us all these. This is just one of our, if you're watching, this is just one of our logos. She gave us like a whole like package. We have like stuff for like merchandise and like
coming soon.
Yeah, merchandise and all that good stuff. So
Coffee
coming
mugs,
soon, yes.
Bed sheets,
Not the
shoelaces, all of it. Relentless Diaries,
not the bed sheets, but yes, yeah, I think this is super cute. And yeah, anyone who's starting a business or needs marketing needs, go check out Royal Marketing Agency. We're gonna tag them when we post the new logos on our Instagram and all that stuff. But big shout out to them and thank you. Like, this is really beautiful. And she did mention that they do gift packages to Black-owned businesses for like Juneteenth. So this was kind of like their gifting to us as like a Black podcast. So really appreciate it, and I think you guys should go check it out. She did a really good job, or her team did a really good job.
Canada doesn't celebrate Juneteenth, right?
No, we
Is
don't.
it un-American?
I feel like
they
we should.
Juneteenth is, yo, I was in LA for Juneteenth. It was lit. Like, it was like a thing over there.
Yeah, but yeah, I think that's good. And also, we're now in April, about to jump into May. And if anyone knows, June is the podcast anniversary, June 10th to be specific. We are trying, with these two get serious, trying to put an event together. You're hearing it here first. We are working to put a good event. You know, I got the baddies. You know, all the hot girls are going to be there. So we are going to put an event together to, you know, celebrate the pod. We're going to have some drinks, have some food, obviously good music.
There's going to be a lot of drinks. Feel me? Don't come if you're not trying to drink. Bro.
A lot of drinks.
Situate your rides beforehand. Get your Ubers up because we're turning up, bro.
Yes.
Period. A lot of drinks.
A lot of Zoe's friends.
A lot of my friends. You know, the baddies are coming out, and we're gonna have a good time. Maybe we'll have some merch by then. You never know. But we want to celebrate the pod. We want to also give back to people who have been rocking with us for the past 2 years, and also people who have been on the pod, guests. Obviously, everyone else can be invited and welcome. So keep your eyes out for that. I told a few people already, but just want to
hopefully
say
this will ease Zoe into wanting to do like a live podcast, you know, one day.
One day.
That's the new thing you guys need to bug her about.
One day, maybe, live podcast. But
100,000 views on this episode, and I'll drink a whole bottle of Hennessy at the party.
Okay. No, he won't.
I'm completely joking. There's no way.
Exactly. But speaking of views, so I am now using my own personal TikTok because Chisor has been up my ass about using my own personal TikTok. So, you know, after weeks, almost months of him, you gotta get on TikTok. You gotta like be your
It's
own,
almost like I would
own.
know what I'm talking about.
Shut up. He's like, you gotta be your own brand. You gotta like, you know, like you gotta do shit. You gotta like turn your tweets into like videos and like don't wear makeup and just go on TikTok and just it takes 30 seconds. I'm like, fine, fuck it. So for the first time in like a year and a half, I posted on my personal TikTok, okay?
What is the name of your personal TikTok?
The name of my personal I kind of want to change. Actually, I'm gonna leave it. It's Zodollars. It's Zodo.
Like, that's the at?
Yeah. I made it so randomly because I'm like, yo, I'm never gonna use this app. Like, I don't care to have like a serious at name, but it's literally Zodollars. So it's Zodollaz. ZZ. 2 Z's at the end.
Because you know what's crazy? And this is how you know people are searching you. Because I never followed Zoe on TikTok until today.
Oh,
and
thanks.
when I went to go like type in her at, like you know how things come up in like recommended when you're typing letters?
Yeah.
First I typed like ZX and like it showed up.
Oh,
so
really?
People were searching. And then I typed in Z again and then the ZX Shania showed up. So,
Oh,
like,
really?
People are looking for you.
Oh shit. Okay, that's what my at. So my TikTok at it's different. It's Zodollars. ZODOLLAZZ. So you guys can follow me on there. It's basically it's just me just talking shit about random stuff that I think about so far. We'll see how it goes. But point is, on my first TikTok that I made in almost a year and a half, I got 2.3 million views. Okay? Which I think is fucking crazy that I hit like a TikTok crazy algorithm. And it was just me talking about the ultimatum, right? If anyone, last episode we talked about it, the ultimatum, the show on Netflix, all that shit. I kind of went off because I was so invested in that show. I'm like, I'm gonna go off on TikTok about it. It got 2.3 million views. I went from like 100 followers to like almost 3,000 in like the span of a week. But one of the girls, this is more important story. One of the girls from the ultimatum saw the TikTok because I think someone tagged her in it. The Ray girl from the ultimatum, everyone watches it. Her name is Ray. She's on the show. Someone tagged her in the TikTok. First of all, the original TikTok that I made like 3 after that. One TikTok I made after that was kind of roasting her because I thought she was super corny, respectfully. So someone commented on the TikTok and tagged her.
Button back at it again.
Stop! Someone commented on the TikTok and tagged her. So then she commented. I forgot what she commented back. Something stupid. It wasn't that serious. But then the TikTok that I made about her got removed for harassment and bullying. So I think, Ray, that you went and reported my fucking TikTok.
She definitely did.
And now it's gone for breaking community guidelines. So
Zoe's a big bully.
I'm not a bully. I just gave a very simple review on what I thought that she was doing. And I feel like if you are in the public eye, you should be able to take views of same way we do, right? We have 25,000 followers on TikTok. People eat us up in different ways all the time. If you are in the public eye, you have to be able to either let shit roll off your back or expect people to not agree with you or you're gonna look a certain way. She did. You're on a fucking Netflix show. So, I mean, if people want to talk about you, they're very warranted to. And she reported my fucking TikTok and now it's gone. So, if she's listening to this, girl, it was not that deep. And I think you were super extra. It's not that serious. You know? I talk about the guy from Love Island. If you guys watched Love Island last season, there's a guy on the show named Cinco. Very fine, beautiful black man, if he's listening. He commented on my TikTok that he's going to come to Carabana this year.
Oh,
so
God. We already know it's
brother.
Let's
all I'm gonna say is to the Toronto women in listening and the American Kings listening, the city is ready. Okay.
Hey, yo, all my brothers from the States, you feel me? We coming up, you heard? We coming to the city for Carabana, you heard? Like, we over there, bro. Y'all let me know what time our flight's coming out of JFK. We over there, you heard?
That's all I'm gonna say.
You bugging, B? You put milk in bags, B?
Word.
Both your American accents are bad.
His is good.
See, no, but that's the New York. I could switch it up. On Hood, I could switch it up, bro. If we going out to LA, like, you feel me? Like, hey, if I'm trying to, but I can't even really do it no more, bro.
LA's hard.
But I can't even really like do an American like fake thing no more because people actually know me. So like, I can't really get away with it like for Carabana, like how people used to be able to get away with it.
You get away with it. People don't even know you're from Toronto on TikTok.
Yeah, but
bro.
like when they see me outside, like they ain't gonna let me just like keep on doing that. They gonna be like, "What you doing, bro?" Like if you here, then like you from here. You get me? Like
I think you're most elite at the British accent.
Yo, man.
Don't even no, stop.
Yo,
Do not even
come
turn
on,
it
man.
on.
Come on. No,
Oh
it's
my
always a
God.
hater, you know, because it's like
my God.
if real British people and Londoners are telling me that like, raw, your accent's 30, it's like, who are you to tell me that it's not? Like, come on, man. Like, I'm not even hearing that.
Anyways, point is, like I said, we got Rolling Loud, which we'll talk about coming. Carabana is coming. OVO Fest has a small question mark beside it. I think it's coming. I mean, I hope it's coming. Like, Toronto's very open. So I hope it's coming. So all I'm going to say is...
Zoe's the OVO insider of the podcast.
Don't!
We have no clue about anything. You are the OVO insider.
I'm not OVO insider. I just think that if Rolling Loud's coming to Toronto and if Carabana's coming, it only makes sense for Drake to throw OVO Fest again. It's been 2 years. Last OVO Fest was 2019. I was there. And
why does it make sense? Like
I was there. I was a regular person who bought a ticket, Tresor. I was there. I was a regular
I haven't been to a
being.
single OVO Fest.
It's a great show.
I went to the first 5, like when I was in high
school. 5?
I was like in high school, and like it was when you were like young enough to go.
Settle down. 5?
Yeah. Or the first 4 or 5, yeah.
But what I will say is to the American women who are coming,
I love you.
Hit me up and find me.
Baby, I love you.
And what I will say is do not turn your hinge on for Toronto men, okay? I'm going to play the tweet because my boy tagged me in a tweet literally like 5 minutes ago about this man on Toronto Hinge. This is why I don't use dating apps, first of all. You'll never catch me on a dating app, okay? If you see my face on a dating app, it's not me. It's literally probably a catfish, so report it. But this man... on Toronto Hinge, I'm gonna just play it, okay? And this is what this man said. Hold on. Let me turn it up, and I'm gonna play it out loud.
It is actually.
So never have I ever put a girl in doggy style, aka bakas. Like I've never done it. So yo, if you're trying to be the first to take my doggy style / baka's virginity, you already know. Message me directly. Show me wild guan with the wild guan. Like, I'm down.
Funniest thing I've heard all week.
The dating pool in Toronto has piss, shit, vomit in it. These are the men. This is why people think this is a joke. These are the niggas that are going to approach you and think me and you are size. Okay? These are the men that have the balls to come to you talking about taking his baka's virginity. Are you insane?
It's not a like.
Are you crazy? An American king would never.
Oh, that is where you're wrong. That is where you are wrong. They have said and done a lot worse.
But to me, it's like, bro.
I wonder if there's people. I want to see if I could I will FaceTime one of my American homegirls right now and get her to tell us one of the horror stories about what the men, even at a party. Well, the last time I was in Miami at the party that I met this girl at, she was telling me all the wild things that dudes were whispering in her ear.
Oh no, for sure.
And was thanking me about how respectful I was when I met her.
I'm 100% like American niggas be OD. Like some of them be like, okay, hold on. Hold on. But that taking your baka's virginity.
Baka's virginity is hilarious, bro.
That is, and also, why are you publicly putting that on your dating profile? Like, do you think that's enticing? Like, as a man, you sat in your bed at 11:30 p.m., you're on Hinge making your profile, and you put your phone to your face and said that out loud while it was recording, listened back to it, and then pressed post on your bio. And you thought this is what's bringing the bitches. That's what you genuinely thought in your head.
I feel like he probably was trying to go for like a laughs type of thing, but people didn't take it that way.
It's not funny.
And it's not realistic either. Like, if you haven't like done bakas, you're probably a virgin like all around. You know what I mean? Like,
he's lying
it's
too.
Not a believable lie. You know?
Yeah.
Like, it's not. I didn't.
That's funny.
I feel like that's equivalent to receiving a nut video without like asking for one. Like that video or that little like bio is like, okay, I didn't ask for this.
Yeah,
that is no, it's not.
I think it's because I feel
false
like
equivalency. Zoe.
I feel the same in my chest as I would if that was a nut video. It's
so
like
hearing this man speak gives you the same feeling as seeing someone's random wee with nut coming out of it.
Yes.
No.
Disgust.
No way.
Disgust. That's what I feel.
That's wild.
Like that little spiel he did, that 23 seconds of fuckery is kind of similar to how I feel when a man sends me an unwanted nut video.
Are you on any dating apps?
No, I'm not.
I was not. I think I
did Tinder when it was.
Yeah,
a thing.
I made Tinder like when it just came out, and after a couple of days, I'm like, bro, this isn't for like black people, bro. Like this is not. The only people I knew that were really thriving on Tinder was like white guys. Like white guys that I knew, they were cleaning house on Tinder.
People that I know, like black women that I know who have been successful on dating apps, have been successful dating white men.
That's more of the like dating app vibe.
I think it's the white people bag for sure. I think dating apps is definitely a white man bag. So if you're a black woman who likes white men, I think that's your vibe. Yeah. That's definitely where you're going to look.
It wasn't really my thing. I just stopped that. Instagram is my dating app. I don't really have to go anywhere else.
TikTok's about to be mine. Fuck.
Jeez.
No, low-key TikTok is, the baddies are on TikTok too. But one thing with TikTok baddies, you have to verify their age because some of these girls are very, very young that look very, very grown. And you have to make sure how old they are before you say anything wild to these women. Because one thing about TikTok, they will draw you out. If you comment on a girl's like something on TikTok, yo, she's 17, yo, she's 17, delete that, bro. I've seen that happen to so many guys.
Well, who's that girl with the very like thick American accent? The one who did the stand up.
Lil Yeezy or whatever her name
is. She is beautiful.
Yeah.
And she is very bad. And she has a nice body too. She got a fat ass.
But her content's like funny though too.
Oh yeah, she's super funny.
Like I enjoy her content aside from
I like
her.
I think she's bad.
I like her.
But apparently she's like 18 or 19.
Yeah, that's young.
So
how old are you again?
I'm 26.
What's your cutoff?
It's a good question.
Like, what's the youngest you would go?
I think I wouldn't want to go younger than 22.
What about you?
Young?
Girls don't really go young.
They do.
I'm not willingly going younger. I mean, I have gone younger, and I was like, ugh. But it's not my cup of tea. The youngest I have gone is 98, and I was not
That's not that far.
It is not that far. I don't think I would go younger than a 98. If I really had to, I'm not going younger than 98. And that's 2 years younger than me. I'm 96.
What should be the cutoff then if you're 25, 26 plus? Is 22, it
depends.
problematic?
No. It depends. See, you don't let people, this is one of those things where people are going to try to like impose their views on you and shame you for it. But first of all, it depends on what you're talking about. Are you talking about like dating or like just a little shucky ducky? If my dating age and the shucky ducky age, I think are two different ages.
My shucky ducky age is 98. I'm not going lower
my
than 98.
dating age has to be very, very close to my age. I don't think I could date like a really, really young girl.
Right.
Like I just think it's weird and like what are we doing? What are we talking
what's your
about?
shucky ducky age?
My shucky ducky age is a little more. I'm 20. How old am I? 26. I would prefer definitely over 21.
Yeah.
sure.
So 22.
I would prefer that. Yeah. People have slipped through the cracks, and some people lie.
That's the thing. Yo.
People lie.
People do lie.
Oh my God.
People do lie.
That's fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Okay. So your shucky ducky, both of you shucky ducky age, the minimum you'll go is 22.
But I also agree with your story that
Preference. I'm not gonna act like it's never been like even back in my younger days. It's never been younger than
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Like 19 has happened, 20 has happened, like years.
Yeah.
But like consciously at this age, I could not meet a girl that tells me she's 18 and like try and
Yeah.
do something with her. Like I couldn't do it.
But like you're saying on TikTok, you know, like it can be a
You
tough
get
distinction.
caught, yeah.
It can be a difficult distinction when it's 18 in that range, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's why you got to be vigilant. You know?
But
Jump to conclusions.
yeah, I think actually I lied. Okay, so shucky ducky 98. Dating my age. I think I can go younger dating. Maybe 97, but that's really pushing it. Like really pushing it. Like I don't like that.
But why?
Because mentally, I already know that I'm super mature for my age regardless. And men are just not. Like men are just slow mental growers.
They don't
unfortunately.
develop mentally as fast as women do. That's-
Exactly. So if I go younger, it's like, bro, you're already like light years kind of behind me. Because I am already light years above my age at 25. So it's like if I date a guy who's like 24, 23, who probably has still the mind of like a 19-year-old, and I have the mind of like a 30-year-old, I'm gonna be like, oh my fucking God.
Yeah, and that's an interesting one. And it's weird because for some reason, like older women like have an attraction to me. Like older women actively try to talk to me, and
Likewise.
older women have tried to like actually want to be serious with me.
Yeah.
And I think about it, I'm like, yo, how, if I was to take this woman seriously, how am I even gonna like maneuver this relationship and still be like a quote unquote like leader in a relationship?
How much older are they?
Like 30, 31.
Okay.
That's like what, 4 or 5 years from you?
Yeah, who like actively want to actually like be serious with me.
Do you really feel like that's like a really something that's difficult to navigate, or do you feel like it's almost intimidating for it to be with a
No, I think I could do it, but it's definitely, I think it's harder than someone that's your age or younger than you. I think it's less pressure.
but it's better than someone like 22, you know?
Yeah.
I think it's better. Historically,
Yeah.
at least for my scenarios, I've always found dating older or anyone that's a year or a couple of years older than me, I've always had better relationships.
But do you look at that woman sideways? Like, what do you want with me being 26 and you're
no,
31?
I don't think so. I think just because
You
like,
can't look at it like
yeah, I think just because
Well,
like,
sometimes I do. Like when men who are like 40 who want to approach me, I'm like, what the fuck do you want with me? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like you're 40 and I'm 25. What do you want with me as a 25-year-old woman and you're 40 plus?
but I think it's kind of different because like that's kind of a thing. Like older men will like prey on younger women. Women don't even really like younger men in general. So for the fact that you are like bypassing that to still try to talk to me, I think you genuinely like really actually mess with me. Like unless you're a
mean,
weird
women can
person,
be
like they're
predators,
not.
too.
Yeah.
But like, well, the ones I'm talking about aren't like weird people.
Right.
Like, they're just like, you know, just people who just so happen to be that age. But yeah, it's definitely, I think it would be harder. And I don't really like it because it's a bit more pressure because now what? I'm 26, you're 30, 31. What are we like?
If she
what are you
wants
gonna
kids,
do?
it's gonna
Like
have to
you're
happen
gonna
soon.
want a kid, you're gonna want a house soon. Like especially if you slip up and if you don't want a kid and you slip up with a 31-year-old, you're having that kid. You are. That's not like you can't even bring up that conversation.
Yeah.
You're having that kid, so you have to know these things going into it.
Don't slip up, nigga.
That's very fair.
Wear condoms.
We're not getting into that. But to go into our sports bag a little bit, the Toronto Raptors have come back.
Yes, sirski.
From being down 3-0 to the Philadelphia 76ers. Okay?
I had to turn it up a bit.
Game 6 is on Thursday at 7 p.m. And all I'm saying is...
And I shall be in attendance.
Yeah, you...
Tough times never last. Only tough people last. Let me tell you what happened to me, bro. So, I won this contest, right?
Okay.
For 2 tickets to game 3. Right? Right?
I haven't heard the story. I don't know where this
I went to April 20th, game 3. They sent me the tickets. Congrats.
Keep in
Have
mind,
fun at the
I was
game.
at that game. I was at game
I hit
3.
Zoe like, yo, you're going to the game? All right, cool. Like, I'm going to see you there. Woo, woo.
Yeah,
I got 2 tickets. I'm going to, bring a little and we're going to go.
I'm about to bring a little...
Yeah.
First, I was going to go with one of my homies, and then Zoe tried to roast me. Like, why would you do that? Like, bring a girl. But my reasoning was, if it just literally just makes more sense that if one of my good friends really, really likes basketball, why would I not take them instead of like taking a girl on like a quote unquote date? I could take a girl on a date anywhere. If this specific thing is something that means a lot to somebody that I know, why would I not take them instead of a girl that I could take on a date anywhere?
Zoe's face, man. Like
That doesn't make sense.
So what's wrong with that?
Because you don't know girls who like basketball?
Yeah, but those weren't the ones that were at the top of like that really, really, really like basketball like that. If you could do something for your best friend, why would you not do
That's
that?
what I'm
for
saying.
them?
I feel like his friend probably appreciates it more than a woman he could take on a date.
It's not like I have a girlfriend who also
But his
really
friend ended up
loves
flopping.
basketball.
So look at that. Didn't your friend end up flopping?
Yeah, but
Exactly.
he did that like out of his own self. He's like, yeah, like I would roll, but like, yo, just take someone else. Like he would have went, but he recognized the situation. He's like, yo, just take someone.
So who are you going to take? Because it's coming up.
But y'all are just gonna have to see me at the game and see who's there, you know?
I mean,
But
Chiso's gonna be the man on the Jumbotron with his arm around the shorty, and then
that would never happen.
Take it off.
That would never happen. I'm not a PDA type of person, so my arm's not even gonna be around no shorty. Anyways, I was telling the story. So I won the tickets, right? I hit Zoe, I'm like, yo, all right, cool, boom, we're gonna go to the game. I link up with who I'm going with. We go downtown, park, walk into the stadium, and I'm talking to her, and I don't know why I said this. I was like, yo, imagine if something like wild just happened and like we just couldn't go, like the tickets were fake or something. She's like, oh, don't jinx it. I'm like, haha, laughing it off, whatever. I'm walking into the arena. Now I wasted a fit because I'm seeing people are hailing me, I'm doing whatever. So I pull up the tickets on my phone, right? I walk through, we get patted down. Pull the tickets on my phone. I go tap it on the little thing. I go to start walking, and I just feel like an arm in my chest, and I'm like, I was like, wait, what? They're like, oh, it didn't go through. I'm like, what do you mean? Tapped it again. They're like, oh, this is the wrong game. I'm like, what do you mean it's the wrong game? They're like, yeah, see, the date says April 28th. I'm like, no, but it says, I will literally show you the ticket so you can see where the confusion lies. I was like, no, but it says round 1, game 3. They're like, yeah, but it's home game 3, which is technically game 6. I'm like, how do I have tickets for a game that doesn't exist yet? This was game 3.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
They're like, yeah, there was nothing we could do. It was like, blah, blah. So then I hit like the person who gave me the ticket. I'm like, bro, like, this is the wrong game. This is not game 3. This is game 6. They're like, he's like, yo, okay, I'm going to reach out to the company that was doing the thing. He's like, yo, I'm sorry. They bought the tickets like weeks ago and they thought it was da-da-da-da because the raffle was for game 3. It's not like the raffle was for game 6. So I'm not even looking at the tickets that they send me because, of course, I'm just going to assume that the tickets are for the game that they advertised.
And you're with a shorty and you got and the tickets didn't go.
This is what I'm saying. But the only reason it wasn't that bad is because of who the shorty was. Like it wasn't like, you know, we're cool. So like it wasn't, of course I'm like, oh my gosh, what? But if it was like certain people, I would be like, oh my God, this is the most embarrassing moment in my life. But it wasn't one of those. But like at that point, and I really try to not be negative. But at that point, I'm just like, of course. I was like, this is just how my life goes. Like nothing can just happen smoothly for me. Like there always has to be some sort of like hiccups and road bumps. Why can't anything just happen the way it's supposed to happen?
That is nightmare fuel, and like I'm sorry that happened.
Oh my God. So thank you.
First world problems. I'm sorry, Chisora, that you mixed up the dates for fucking 100 level tickets to the Raptors.
So then I'm like,
wouldn't wish this upon my worst enemy.
So I'm like, these guys better win these next 2 games. Because if I don't get to go to this game, heads are gonna roll, bro. Like,
it's funny.
I told the people too, I was like, if they don't win, you guys are sending me the money that you get refunded for this ticket. Like there's no like, oh, sorry, my bad. I need some sort of compensation for the emotional distress and the gas to drive all the way downtown, and parking. I wasted a whole fire. I cracked out my threes for the first time they ever touched pavement, and I can't even wear them again now. Like I was fresh. I need a haircut now. I can't get a cut till like Friday. Like it's just, I'm gonna have to wear a hat to the game. Like it's just, there's so many things that I was just like, this is insane. But they pulled it off. There's gonna be a game 6.
You must have been stressing game.
Oh, my
it's
God.
funny because
bro.
I was sitting at the actual game.
I have
3.
a story like this I need
like
to share.
First home game for Toronto, but actually game 3 in the series. I was there and I was texting like, bro, because we lost that game by Joel Embiid hitting the fucking 3 at the buzzer beater. And I texted him like, respectfully, you're not even going to see game 6 because we might get our asses swept with the strongest broom. But like you said, they pulled it off and now we're up. We're not up, but it's 3-2.
We have the momentum.
Home. Scotty Barnes is back. The team is looking good. We figured out how to lock up Embiid. We figured out how to lock up Maxey.
And Doc Rivers is the other coach.
Doc Rivers is the other coach. And Doc Rivers also has 3 other instances where he's blown a 3-1 lead. So, all I'm saying is, if we win game 6, I strongly believe we can win the series.
Yeah.
I think I don't think it's absurd to think that.
I strongly believe it. And also, I feel like this series, like this basketball first round playoffs has been super unpredictable, especially with the Brooklyn Nets getting swept. I mean, unpredictable. I mean, Boston's an amazing team. Obviously, like Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown are fucking playing their asses off. But to get, like, to sweep KD and Kyrie.
The team that was projected to win the championship.
To sweep KD and Kyrie, I think is nuts. But with my take, and people were like, really? Why do you think that? I think Steve Nash needs to get fired.
You think so?
Yes. Steve Nash needs to get fired. Kevin Durant can stay. Kyrie needs to go because if Kyrie wasn't pulling that whole part-time shit, blah, 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 they wouldn't even have been in this position going into the playoffs. I believe. And also, Ben Simmons needs to fucking go. People... Yeah. Ben Simmons has not played basketball in what? A year and a half?
He doesn't want to play.
That's fine. At this point, you don't want to play.
He doesn't want to play.
If I was married to Maya Jama, I wouldn't want to play.
At this point, I take it as you don't want to play, so don't take up space on the team. And that's not even me coming from like a hate. Like, if he has his mental issues or whatever, that's fine. But clearly you don't want to play. You didn't keep your body healthy in the last year or so that you weren't on the court. You should have been doing that. If you were serious about demanding a trade and going and, winning a championship, you would have kept your body healthy. You would have been in the gym consistently as what a normal professional athlete, like Colin Kaepernick. If you put Colin Kaepernick on the field probably tomorrow, that man is ready. Mm-hmm. And he says it every interview he does. A team needs to pick him up. He hasn't played football in what? Years. What, 4+ maybe?
Like 5 years, yeah.
And that man is physically ready. There's no excuse to me why Ben Simmons shouldn't have been physically ready to play. Mentally, I understand. You went through some shit. Your teammates kind of played you. Your old coach played you. Okay, you should have taken a few games to mentally adjust if you could have. But physically, you should have been fucking ready to play, period. So the fact that he treated those sidelines like a fucking fashion show, on the Brooklyn
He's been
Nets
getting his fits off on the sideline
for the past with him with his chains and his glasses for the past how many games? Get that nigga out of here, bro. Respectfully.
Yeah, because I heard that the team they're not even jacking him no more. His teammates are like, bro, this guy is
why did that whole hoopla happen? But the whole big ass James Harden trade that included fucking Seth Curry. Who else was on it? It was Seth Curry, James Harden. Who else?
I don't remember who.
I think it was just
there was someone else from Philadelphia who came.
Was there?
Yeah, there was definitely.
I don't remember.
I don't remember who. But point is, I think respectfully, Ben Simmons he gotta go.
Okay, I actually agree with you, but I want to devil's advocate a bit because I do hear a narrative about this that I do think is interesting about Ben Simmons' mental health and how much of an issue that really is. People are kind of saying we're gonna think about this in 5 years, and there's gonna be a different perspective on players' mental health and how ready they are mentally to be able to play, and we're gonna look at Ben Simmons and be like, the organization maybe wasn't fair with him. Do you think that there's more merit? Do you think people are not really kind of considering Ben's mental health as because there's also, I saw Mucho kind of tweeting about this too, is that they're NBA players, they make millions of dollars, they're privileged, so we tend to not give them as much credit or grace when it comes to mental health.
Right.
I don't know. I feel like, and by the way, it was James Harden and Paul Millsap for Ben Simmons, Steph Curry, Andre Drummond, and 2
Andre
first round
Drummond.
picks.
Yeah, got it.
But no, Shaq even said it, and I kind of agree because I did play basketball in a past life. Mm-hmm. Shaq literally said, "Yo, hoopers, we know what that is." He says he's not ready, but if you played ball, you know what that is. He doesn't want to play. I don't think and obviously we don't know, but I agree where I don't think it's a physical thing or a mental thing. I think he doesn't have that competitive fight. He doesn't want to play. He literally just, it's like when you're playing and your team's getting blown out and you fake an injury so you don't have to play the rest of the game. He just doesn't want to play.
And the thing is, that's fine, but you're going to get off the team. I think that's fine. And I'm not here to force I'm not here to force anyone to, he needs to play. Yeah. He's making this money. Yeah, you can be mentally, not able. That's completely fine. And I'm not going to harsh you for that, but you cannot stay on this fucking team when other people are trying to work their ass off to win a fucking championship.
I agree.
That's not fair.
Because another example of this is Derrick Rose. I don't know if you remember when he played on the Cavs when Kyrie had left and it was just Bron and and he just stopped playing with the team. He completely was like, "Hey, I'm being a distraction," and he ended up leaving the team. And I feel like that's probably the best course of action. You're right. Yeah. It's
simple
unfortunate,
as that.
But
because the Brooklyn Nets, they were supposed to be, first of all, before James Harden left, they were supposed to be the next big dynasty, super team. You know what I'm saying? But on paper, they look amazing.
I also feel like they kind of choke though too. We call these two guys the best players in the world, the two most skilled players in the world.
Kyrie and KD.
They were there. They were ready to play. They were I guess KD's coming off of a really serious injury from 2 years ago, and Kyrie was was in and out the whole season. I kind of feel bro, can we still call Kevin Durant the best player in the world if he gets swept in the opening round and he has his co-star there with him?
That's what people are saying.
The LeBron slander, if this happened, would be unbelievable.
Right.
That's a fact.
I don't know what they're saying about him on Inside NBA tonight because I'm sure it's crazy. I'm sure Stephen A was ready for this, but
the thing is, I understand that narrative because to me it's I can't call LeBron James the best player of this season because this nigga didn't even touch the fucking playoffs. You know what I mean? Yeah. To me, he's not one of the top players this season because you were literally not in the playoffs. So I understand the narrative of can KD be considered the best player in the world right now if he got swept by Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown and Marcus Smart.
Yeah, I don't know if he is the best player in the world.
I don't know. But the thing is, at the end of the day, sports is about who is going to take the title. That is at the end of the day, that is what sports is. Who is going to win the end? Any sport you play, whether it's fucking house league basketball or freaking NBA level. Who is going to take home that first place? You are literally working 82 games to secure the fact that you have the chance to take that is the end goal. That is the only goal. So if you don't even have the opportunity to make it to the playoffs, let alone not even get a championship, what can you be considered one of the can Charles Barkley really be considered a top player?
Individually, yeah, but
he doesn't have a championship. The whole point of sports is you are literally fighting and playing a sport to win to me. I believe that the end goal, if you are a real athlete and you are that competitive spirit, you want a fucking ring. You want a championship under your belt. At least when I played sports, when we used to go fucking tryouts, it was, we're winning this year. We're winning regionals. We're winning fucking provincials. That is the goal. They're not hearing anything other than we are going home with a gold medal.
Yeah, but I think because there's other like intangibles, and especially in a team sport where you can do everything. Like you can put up a 50-point triple-double and still lose because your teammates are joking. That has nothing to really do with you as a player. It does and it doesn't. It's a gray area, but there's a lot that other people have and just other things that you can't control, like injuries, missed calls.
I mean, sports is also politics too, right? At the end of the day. Yeah, exactly. Literally what we're politicking right now. Yeah. But I mean, regardless of that, Toronto looks good. The Raptors look good. And
we'll see you guys on Thursday.
We will see you guys on Thursday.
Let's see you with Philly in Game 7. Like, that's
we are going to be in Game 7 because, like I said, everyone's been hitting me up like, yo, like, how's Toronto looking right now? I'm like, yo, Toronto is strong. Like, I think this is like, we are the strongest we've been since 2019, obviously, like before COVID. But outside is looking very strong. The culture is looking strong. So, especially now with Rolling Loud coming, I think that is personally, I think it's big for the city. I'm going to just say that out front right now. Rolling Loud announced today. Well, first of all, they announced yesterday that they were going to be in Toronto. And everyone was like, oh my God. First of all, some people thought that, so basically Rolling Loud posted like this cute little animation of the CN Tower and like the buildings and like the sky, whatever. People thought that the CN Tower was the tower in Seattle.
I could see that's
Can you? Because I can't.
Yeah, I don't know how anyone's mind went to Seattle.
I didn't think that, but like the Seattle Needle is similar and it was very compressed, and that's funny that people thought that.
People genuinely like, wait, Seattle? And I was like, are you guys kidding me right now?
Yeah, but you know Americans in geography aren't really the best.
They aren't. But regardless, so Rolling Loud is coming. So yesterday they announced it's coming to Toronto, right? Boom. Crazy. Everyone's like, yes, yeah. Oh my God. Is this their first show outside of America?
Did they do a UK one?
Yeah, why do I feel, I don't think there was a UK, but I feel like
there was an international one?
I don't know.
I think it is.
You fact check that for me.
Yeah.
But anyways, it's their first show in Canada. We know that. Yeah. It's the first Canadian show, Rolling Loud.
There was a Portugal. Or wait, no, there's supposed to. This says Rolling Loud Portugal, July 6th, 2022.
So it's because of COVID.
Oh, okay. That's this year.
That's this year.
So that's right before us. Okay, cool. Regardless, it's their first time going to be in Canada. Rolling Loud is probably isn't like the like #1 hip hop festival? Like largest hip hop festival.
It's not Coachella, but
so it's the largest hip hop festival, and it is coming to Toronto, right? Like my personal views on this is I think this is great for the city. I think Toronto has so much culture and so much talent, like you said, whether it comes to press and artists and all that stuff. I feel like Toronto's definitely underrated, and I think this will definitely put a spotlight on us. People, at least on my timeline, were like sort of negative about it when it came to the lineup, right? They were like, oh, I'm not going to name names, but oh my God, like why the hell is this person on it? Like, I'm not going to pay money to see this person, and why did we choose this Toronto artist and blah, blah, blah. How I see it is, at the end of the day, there's headliners, right? Then there's like the first tier, second tier, and you obviously like visually from a marketing standpoint, you have your big names, right? Day 1 is Dave, which people did not, we'll get into that after. Day 1 is Dave, day 2 is Future, day 3 is WizKid. Those are our 3 big headliners. And from a marketing standpoint, the names slowly get smaller in font based on the popularity, right? So me being, if I want to go to Rolling Loud and I love Dave, Future, WizKid, Migos, fucking, who else is there?
A
Boogie. Why am I blanking? Migos, Bia.
BG, the UK man, Central C, Unknown
Skepta. Roddy Ricch.
Yeah.
Ruby Rose. Whatever.
Yachty.
Yeah.
Trippie Redd,
Shenseea. Yes. Okay, so whatever. If I don't want to see
Zoe's friend, Mariah the Scientist. If
I don't want to see why are you calling my friend? I'm not a there's no backstory. I personally I don't listen to her music.
Oh, yeah,
Everyone's
you
like, oh my
don't.
God.
I get it.
And I'm like, I've never clicked with it. I'm sure she's talented, but personally I've never, and I've seen videos of her live. I'm interested to see how she performs live because I've heard mixed reviews that she's really good live and that she's not very good live. I don't know, but we'll see. Point is, people were really like negative about the Toronto artists that were chosen. To me, it's like, okay, I may not listen to or like this person, but no one's forcing me to go to that stage while that person is performing. You know what I mean? This is also going to be a good opportunity to see, okay, which Toronto artist can hold a fucking stage? Which Toronto artist can come out and maybe not necessarily be known by everyone, but can maybe have people download their songs at the end of the night? That's how I see it. But people are like, I'm not paying my money to see this girl. Okay, well, don't go when she's performing. You know what I mean? Like, why? That's not my problem. Like, why do people have to be so bad mind when it comes to these things? Okay, they had an opportunity. That's great. But no one is forcing you to go watch that person perform.
That's true.
From what I understand, how Rolling Loud works is there are multiple stages, right?
Yeah.
And people perform at different times. If Tresor's performing and I don't like Tresor, I'm not going to go to Tresor's stage at 6 p.m. when he's on. Simple. So why is it a big deal? I was like, oh my God, this whole show is going to be shit and well, this is like so stupid. Why?
I think it comes from a couple different places. I think one aspect of it is there's certain people that people felt should have been there that aren't. And there could be various reasons for that. Also, guys, you guys have to keep in mind, some people literally could have just said no, like they don't want to do it. Some people, maybe their schedules weren't right. They're on tour already. Maybe the bag wasn't right. And then also that too, you guys, the small names, I hope you guys know that in festivals, especially Rolling Loud and stuff, everyone that's performing was not selected to perform. You can pay to be on Rolling Loud. You have to be,
really?
You have to be like accepted. Like they have to like approve you. You can't just be a random person, but you can pay. Everyone was not chosen. They did not reach out to everyone. Your people's PR teams probably reached out, like who got the inside scoop and reached. Like, yeah, people pay to be on Rolling Loud. Everyone did not get chosen. Yeah, there's definitely politics. If you're signed to a label that has ties to whoever runs the event and stuff like that. So there's that. And then I think because there's a lot of people on there on the festival lineup that in Toronto aren't even allowed to have shows, so people are kind of raising an eyebrow on how that's gonna work. And I was too, because if your show's getting shut down, and also Rolling Loud, if you guys don't know, is notorious for people getting arrested at Rolling Loud.
Oh,
like
really?
Artists get arrested at Rolling Loud. Like the police meet you at Rolling Loud. They know that they're gonna be there, and this is where they're coming to arrest you. Yes, like that's a thing. People get arrested at Rolling Loud all the time. So it's like, why are all these hood artists who don't really like have the most positive name around them and have things going on? How is this gonna work? I think that's a big thing that people are talking about. Yeah, like the politics of how is it, like literally, how is it gonna work? Because some of the people, you're like, they're performing?
Yeah.
And they're performing?
Well, it's funny because when I'm excited for it. So when I posted it, like a few people, one of them was your friend, was like, yo, like Toronto police are going to be very active at this one.
Sure.
And I was like, seriously? He was like, bro, Toronto police is gonna have that whole event lined up, cuffs out. And I'm like, I hope that doesn't happen. But I really didn't know that artists have got arrested at Rolling Loud before. I had no idea.
All the time. All the time.
You know the Jimmy Butler meme, like of him tired? That's going to be Toronto police.
Yeah, like I don't know. They're gonna either like the security and police is gonna be OD, or a lot of these people are not gonna be able to perform. It's one of the two.
Shit.
And police like to do that. They'll wait till like the day before or the day of, and then tell them, yo, they cannot perform. And the festivals work in conjunction with the police, obviously.
They have to.
Yeah. So if the police tell you
large,
this guy is not performing or this whole thing is not happening, you're out. And you're not getting your people who wanted to see that guy, you're not getting your money back. You're out. So I just want to know how this is going to happen. There's definitely some people I do want to see, but I don't know. I don't know how it's going to happen.
To me, it's like I said what I think it's going to be great, blah, blah, blah. It's definitely gonna teach Toronto artists, I think, a lesson on like, yo, are you popping or are you not? Like, this is gonna be a huge test, and I think it's gonna be great. I think it's gonna be a teaching lesson. It's gonna be like, yo, like, do people actually fuck with you? Or, I mean, humbling for some, hopefully not a lot
for some, because a lot of people, yo, like, you are gonna see who has stage presence and who can actually put on a show and who can actually like do their thing. Like, you're gonna really notice it now. But on
the flip side, Dave, and I love Dave, okay? I listen to Dave. I think he's an amazing artist. I love him. I think he's so cute, and I think he's so talented. Like, my friends and I will watch Dave videos on YouTube just like in a row, just like, oh my God. Like, I love him so much.
And he's a really good guy. Like, I've never met him personally, but I know a lot of people that are really close with him, and everyone just like, he's just a really, really cool, down to earth, cool guy.
Yeah.
I think he's lovely.
Out. I don't know him, but he looks lovely, and he's a very lovely rapper. But point is, I literally tweeted, because I've seen Future live, you know what I mean, multiple times. I'd also go for WizKid too, but I love Dave. So I tweeted, I'm like, bro, like, realistically, I will really attend Rolling Loud for Dave. The amount of people on my timeline who did not know who Dave was mind-boggling. Like, so, first of all, Dave's his name was in big, bold letters on the first day.
It was the headline.
How are you guys telling me you don't know who the fuck Dave is?
Because people only listen to trap, shoot 'em up music. That's it. That's all they know.
Like, I'm like, bro, I'm like, is he that low key of an art? Like, I was confused. I'm like, is he that underground that people really don't know who he is, or people just really just don't listen to like UK or like him? Because I think he's fairly big. He's worked with a lot of big names, like him and Drake. Drake did a remix on Wanna Know. Like, he's worked with Stormzy. Like, what? I'm confused.
Yeah,
why?
People just, those
Burna Boy, like, Location was a huge banger. Why are we not knowing who this man is?
Honestly, I think it's a discourse I hear a lot from Americans whenever they talk about UK artists and not being.
This was a lot of Toronto people, too.
But I think it's the same thing. A lot of people will say, like, oh, I can't understand what they're saying, and just the accent is too much for them. And it's like, I feel sorry for those people because they're missing out on some very, very great art. Some of the best rappers in the world, like Dave, are from the UK, and I just think it's unfortunate.
Is he best rappers in the world?
Some of the best. Yeah, I think Dave. Yeah.
UK music is probably like on a rank like the most that I listen to.
Also, like, I feel like it's so influential too because everybody, especially New York, is doing
the drill
drum patterns, and I swear to God that was called grime before it was drill and everything. That whole
drill is a separate genre, but
wrong,
drill like the original drill, was like quote unquote, was Chicago Chief Keef, but like the drill that like New York took and interpolated
is it not just grime?
UK drill. Nah, it's the same. It's different, but it's close. It's like the same BPM, but it's a different style. But it did originate from London. Like UK drill artists are the ones that Pop Smoke and Fabio and Chef G and them took the influence from. They were using their producers for the songs.
Because think about it too. Like, do we see like Dave and that headlining other Rolling Loud sets, you know?
Yeah, Dave.
Has he headlined other Rolling Louds before?
No.
Because I feel like it's because Toronto and there's such the UK Toronto connection that they would make him a headliner.
That's true.
But
Dave
still, people don't know.
He's headlined other festivals, but I don't think any like Rolling Loud. He was just at Coachella, but he definitely wasn't like the headliner.
Right? Yeah, definitely. I
saw footage from that set. Looked pretty
I was kind of mind-boggled.
And he can perform. Dave puts on a really good show.
Yeah.
And he actually raps. He's not one of those people that has the track playing in the background and says 2 words every 6 bars. And I feel like a lot of people on this lineup are going to do that, bro. You have to actually perform.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, being a performer and being an artist are 2 different things. A lot of people can be artists, you know, they can be in the studio and read off their phone and auto-tune and whatever. But, to be a performer is a whole different beast. A whole different beast. And a lot of artists cannot perform. A lot.
And I think that's, like, okay. You know, it's hard to be a double threat.
It's not
like
okay.
That.
That's a part
so much of your revenue comes from touring and comes from performing.
I know, but I just think every great like artist, you can't expect everyone to have like the quality of their music to be the quality of their performance. Not everyone.
Yes, actually, I don't know. It's a part of the game.
I don't know though. I will challenge you to name me one of the biggest artists
Well, that's the
that
thing.
doesn't have a good
You can't
show.
be one of the biggest or consider yourself the best if you're not also a double, triple threat with
Yeah,
as
that's
a
what I'm
performer.
saying.
But I'm saying you can still make great shit and be regarded as a good artist and not have the skill set to be a fantastic performer.
Yeah. It's like
But who? Name someone who has like who's
No,
Summer
but it's
Walker
like-
makes amazing music and is not the greatest performer.
or it's like NBA YoungBoy. He does the most streams out of anybody, but he hates performing. He never does shows.
People on this set, on this list, Migos. I've seen Migos live. I don't think they're the greatest performers. I enjoy their music. They make good music.
I feel like Offset's a good performer.
Yeah.
I feel like separately, Offset is a good performer.
he's done some award show performances.
Yeah.
I think they just need more stage presence, but their performances aren't bad. Like Quavo can perform, but
Mm-hmm.
it's just they're not like lively people. So
Right.
It doesn't really translate, but yeah. There's a couple of names on this list that will stay redacted that are like, wow. Yikes. And you guys can piece together who it is just from your timeline.
Yeah.
The people that everyone is saying, yo, why are they there? What are they gonna perform?
Like I said, to me, it's like, yo, kudos that you either paid to get on this lineup or you got reached out to. But at the end of the day, respectfully, if you're not for me, I'm not gonna walk over there and go to your set. I don't care.
Word.
You know what I mean?
I will come back at 10:30 when Dave is on.
That's what I'm saying. Like, to me, it's like, I don't care to like hate on this person or like, yo, why are they coming? I don't give a fuck. I'm just not, if I don't fuck with you, I'm just not gonna be in your audience. Simple as that. And I'm gonna leave it as that. I have every right to not watch you perform.
And then
Their
people
set's
were
gonna be your drink break.
And then
Yeah.
people were saying, yo, why isn't there more bigger Toronto artists? And why aren't Toronto artists doing XYZ? We should have our own blah, blah, blah. But we literally have Manifesto, and people aren't really jacking Manifesto. Like, Manifesto is trying to become something that puts on for Canadian artists.
Right.
And people, I think it's one of those things where it's like everything in life, but especially where Toronto, where like it's not cool until it's cool.
Absolutely.
So
Do you feel like they're getting their toes stepped on? Because Manifesto, the premier sort of hip hop, festival.
I think a little bit.
Toronto. Yeah,
A little bit.
I think they have reason to, feel.
But I'm
And the
sure
way
they knew
Rolling
about
Loud,
this,
like
though.
the Rolling Loud account tweeted, like, who are some big artists in Toronto right now? It's like, oh, come on. You
The
know what I
due
mean?
diligence
Like,
isn't there.
yeah, it's like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
So,
and then even with that, they probably asked certain entities or people, who should we have on the show?
yeah.
And that is gonna have a bias already.
Right.
You can tell who they asked.
Yeah.
I feel.
Yeah.
You can tell who was asked about this, and it just wasn't like.
Can we
I don't
not
know,
be
man.
all the way negative though? Are there artists that you have seen on this docket that you're excited for and happy for?
Yes, definitely.
From Toronto?
Like, from
Yeah.
Toronto.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd have to go look again, but there's definitely people that I'll be like, okay, yeah.
I'm
I
happy to
think
see
that
Tia Banks.
Tia
on-
Banks, I think, yeah, I've listened to a few of her freestyles. I think she's talented.
I'm
I
happy
think
to see A.R. Paisley,
He's
Hawaii
from
Mighty.
Saga. Right?
Havaya Mighty also. Yeah.
I seen Lola Buns on there. I follow her. She's pretty dope. There's a handful. I'm
I
not gonna
was
list
hoping
those
to
all,
see
but-
Northside Benji though.
Me too.
And
I would
Free
say
A.
that.
And Free was a big.
I was
big
hoping to
miss
see
that.
Northside Benji.
Yeah.
That's when I was kind of like, damn. But I mean, like I said, you never know what people deny or they can't. You know what I mean? It's not. It is what it is.
And I also feel like everyone assumed like Drake would have been a headliner.
Okay, before we move on to the next
Yeah,
topic,
let's do that.
that to me was very stupid because.
I thought that's just a layup. That's an easy
but
It's
Drake,
right there by the rim.
Drake hosts and performs at his own festival every year.
Yeah, but so
Care-
does
Not every year.
but so does J. Cole.
So what?
You could do both.
But it's the month before. It's literally like it's Caravana weekend in August where Drake performs the first weekend of August and then Rolling Loud September 9th or whatever. It's literally the month I feel like Drake performing would have been so redundant to me. Like you literally, so if say Drake does do OVO Fest, okay, you do OVO Fest, you host this festival that you know is gonna sell out in 30 seconds because it's you. This is like OVO Fest is a staple for the city at this point. You know what I mean? It's how many shows are we in? Like 10, 12, 11? I don't know. Close enough to like 11 or 12 years of this, right? It started 2010, no?
Yeah.
So what? 12 years of this, right? And so like, why? I don't think it didn't
I
make
think
sense for
because
me to
it's
headline for him to headline.
I don't know. I think it would have because there's no way that this wasn't ran by that conglomerate.
Well,
that
there's a lot of
wasn't known
OVO
by-
artists. I'm
Yeah,
sure Drake has
exactly.
his foot
He's
in
probably
it.
gonna come out,
There's
But I
what?
feel like
Who's on there? Roy Woods,
because
Baca,
it's the first
Smiley.
one.
Smiley, TV Gucci, all OVO artists,
Yeah.
and they're on the lineup.
But also, I think mainly because it's the first one in Toronto, people wanted to see him there.
Come to OVO Fest, the
But
fest
everyone
that
can-
he
like-
literally hosts.
But that's the thing. Everyone's not gonna go to OVO Fest.
What I will say is, I think a lot of people, especially Toronto
Like
people,
everyone can't go to OVO Fest. That's what I mean.
but everyone can't go to Rolling Loud either.
Yeah. So if you can't go to OVO Fest, you go see him at Rolling Loud.
And I think they're kind of different festivals the way they work. Like,
And I also think,
there's a lot
OVO
more-
Fest is very different, and it's
Yeah.
also a little bit more. I don't want to say exclusive, but
It is. There's less acts, you know.
yeah, I would say it's a little bit more. Actually, yeah, you're right. It is exclusive because there's less acts, and Drake's not bringing out no one that you don't know. Respectfully, Drake's not bringing out no one that you are like, oh, why you bring this person out? Every person that Drake has brought out at OVO Fest, you are screaming.
But that's
You
what
are
it
a
is,
grown
though.
man, and you are screaming.
It's Drake though bringing people out, not seeing every single one of them do their own set though. You know.
But they do their own set. Like, he brings them out, and they do a set.
When he brings out Meg Thee Stallion, she does 15, 20 minutes? Like, or is it her one song?
No, she does-
Because
I
I've been
would-
to OVO Fest, and when he brings people out, they usually do their 1-2 song or their song with Drake, and then that's kind of it, you know?
Well, I wouldn't say like 15, 20 minutes, but I would do them
That's
a
a
solid
set,
like
though.
3 to 5 songs.
Okay.
I think so, yeah. Because when Tyga came out, he did about 3 songs, 3 or 4 songs. When Chris Brown came out, Chris Brown was the finale of OVO Fest Day 2. He had a good amount of, he did of songs.
And I think when he has that, because like he has like the main person he brings out at the end. I think when we won the championship, he brought out The Weeknd, you know, and The
Right.
Weeknd did a whole set. Kanye one year did a whole long ass set. Rihanna did a long ass set one time. So they're different, but it'll be interesting. You can choose either or. They're both going to be expensive as fuck. to
For
get
sure.
into.
But I think that if people were to choose, like once, if
They would choose OVO Fest.
They would.
over
That's my
Rolling
point.
Loud.
They would
Yeah.
definitely choose OVO Fest over Rolling Loud because
Definitely.
OVO Fest has that staple. Where it's like, bro, you're gonna go to this show and you're gonna see some big ass names come out. Like, not even a joke. Like, I don't know what type of strings Drake is pulling, but I will predict. I think Nicki Minaj is gonna come this year. I'll say it now. I predict that she will. And I said it today. I'm like, I think Nicki Minaj is gonna come for OVO Fest. I think she's been doing a lot of stuff. She's been doing a lot of collaborations. She's been putting out a lot of verses. Her and Drake have been very friendly publicly on good terms. I think personally that if it's not, I would think that should be someone that he wants to have at OVO Fest because that would, the Barbs. Come on.
Yeah.
It would be cool to see a Young Money like reunion, you know? If you
That
could see
too.
like a Bedrock performance that had Tyga, Wayne, and Drake and Nicki,
Yeah.
would be really. I'm waiting for that.
If it's
moment
even a
on
Young
stage.
Money reunion, that will blow I was called Rolling Loud out of the water.
That's what I think
I
would
think
be really
so.
cool.
If Drake was like, yo, OVO Fest Day 1 Young Money reunion, how many
the thing,
YMCMB hats are you going to see come back
He
out?
won't announce it though. He'll bring them out. It'll be a surprise, you know? That's how he
Yeah.
usually does
It's
it.
gonna be but yeah, I think the festival is a good thing. The part where I wasn't with it, what I was telling Zoe earlier in the day, I was like, yo, the weekend is gonna be so long. Like there's just gonna be so many
Is it a long
people
weekend?
and so many.
It's not. Is it Labor Day
No,
weekend?
It's September 9th. When is that Labor Day weekend? I don't know.
I don't know. Let me check. Go ahead.
But I meant just long figuratively, like there's gonna be so many people and everyone's gonna be running around. Everywhere's gonna be packed. There's gonna be mad like things going on, mad Americans, and it's just gonna be so much wahala going on that like I'm like, yo, I'm just gonna stay at home, bro, because this
You know you're not.
unless it's like, see, this is one of them. This is what did they say? This one's for the girls. This one's for the girls. The extracurricular activities after this festival is for the baddies, bro. This is not like everyone's gonna have fun this weekend.
Yo, can we talk about that too? Because I feel like I was such a big concert goer when I was young. You know, like when I was a kid, I go to concerts, and like I feel like now, like as a grown man and stuff, to go to general admission, you know, at a concert, you know, like don't you feel like it's almost like going out like to the club when you were younger. You know, you'd go on the dance floor and everything, but now if you go out now older, you need a section, you know?
It
You
depends.
almost can't.
For me, it depends who. Like, it depends what show, who it is. Like, OVO Fest is one of those things where I haven't gone because I'm like, yo, I'm not paying to go to OVO Fest. I really want to go, but I feel like like me and like the position I'm at, I shouldn't have to pay to go to OVO Fest. Someone should.
That sounds very privileged to me.
And if it sounds privileged, then it sounds privileged.
Blue check energy.
Someone should be nice enough to let me come to OVO Fest for free. I feel like I've put in enough hours and enough credit in the city to where I feel like I should be able to go to these types of things. But certain like I was gonna go to the Blast concert. I would have been general. What other concert? I was gonna
Were you
go
gonna
to Pop
pay to
Smoke.
go to that?
Yeah, I was gonna pay. Pop Smoke concert, I got a ticket. I was gonna go.
Right.
But that's the type of concert where you wanna be like in a crowd, turning up, doing my drill dances. That's what I'm doing.
A GA festival though, where it's
no, that's insane.
8 hours.
No, that's
like,
insane.
You know,
that's insane.
What I will say is, if I do go to Rolling Loud, I'm gonna say this as humbly as possible. I need to be in VIP.
Yeah, I'm not going to Rolling Loud either if I have to pay.
Respectfully and with all due respect, there's certain things I have to be in VIP, or I have to, we gotta work and get a media pass. We are
Relentless Diaries.
Yeah, I mean we're a big podcast in the city. You know what I mean? If they want to have some people on and they come through and we do a couple interviews, we bang out a few. If they give us a media pass, I'm all for it.
And we
But I cannot be in general admission. Is it all ages too?
Probably.
Yeah, no, brother.
Getting bounced around.
No.
When Lil Tecca's on with 14-year-olds.
Find me in the 21 plus section. Something got to give.
Nah, so we can try and work something out for the festival, and then Zoe, as our OVO representative, can try and work out getting us common folk into some of these events.
I don't want people coming to me like, yo, I heard you're trying to. I am not by any means an OVO representative. Where are you getting that information?
The streets. The streets say you are the OVO rep for our podcast. It's definitely not me. I don't know nobody. I be at home.
I digress.
It's true. I'm just saying if there's one time you need to use your pretty privilege, it's gonna be that weekend to help us.
You want to know, but the thing is,
to help us, not just for you and your friends, to help us.
For the guys that I do know, okay, I won't deny it. It probably is a little bit of privilege. I can't speak. It probably is a little bit of pretty privilege, but for the guys that I do know, they genuinely just they fuck with me.
Yeah,
like they don't try.
But you got into that position because you are a good-looking woman to get in that circle.
But it's not like I never feel like they're trying to get something out of me, or they're really trying to press me to hook up with. It's more like, yo, I fuck with you. What's your Instagram? You know what I mean? Or whatever. Hit me up if you want to go out. It's cool. I never feel like, I'm only around them because, or I'm only around certain men because they want to fuck me, or they only invite me to these parties because they want to fuck me. So they invite me because yo, I fuck with you. You know, you and your friend are mad cool. Come through. And I would personally rather it be that than them feeling like they can, or they're trying to have sex with me, so they're inviting me all these places waiting for me to put out. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I'd rather be the cool. She's cool.
Yeah,
she can hang.
Fine,
she can kick it.
But if you weren't good looking, you probably wouldn't be in that scenario. That's just the facts, and there's nothing wrong with that. You can accept your pretty privilege. You use it, so you might as well accept it.
Okay, fine. But
how many parties are we gonna see Zoe at Rolling Loud weekend or OVO weekend?
How long is the 3 days?
3 days.
Say good 3 different parties every single day. That's a good 9 parties, right?
Hold on. I didn't realize you said 3 parties every day.
Zoe's hitting up a good 3.
Brunch, day party, night party, after party.
For 3 consecutive days. Yeah, it's a good 9
mansion
parties.
party.
So we'll be hitting up.
Club 1, Club 2, to the after party, to the mansion.
Embassy
so maybe
party. 4
parties.
Okay.
4 parties in a day. With at least 2 or 3 other women by her side. 0 men allowed.
I can't bring men.
I know.
If
I'm not
I
asking
show
you
up to these parties with you, they're gonna be like, "What the fuck?"
Bring,
but I'm just saying, of course, it has to be women by my side.
Of course,
they're not gonna be like, "Yeah, bring the niggas." What?
Of course not. No one's gonna say that. But I'm just saying, yeah, it's gonna be her and the baddie friends, and you're just gonna see a bust down Rolex in the background.
First of all, I don't take
Classe
pictures.
Azul.
I don't take pictures at any of these things that I go to, unless it's a photo booth. Unless it's a photo booth.
Oh.
But that's the only thing. I don't like. I'm not there like recording. Like, oh my god. Like I just When you're around certain people, I just like I just not gonna take my phone out because I just don't.
That's the shake your head moment as a guy when you're on Instagram, and many men have told me that's how they feel.
What?
When you see the black and white photo booth picture from like specific parties, and like the shorty that you want posted that, you're just like,
yeah.
You
stops
feel
replying
it.
to you overnight.
You feel it.
Wake up. There's Drake's driveway in the morning. Like it's
okay.
awful.
You guys
feel
are
it.
so annoying.
The
The basketball
OVO floor.
court is
Yeah,
on the
bro.
story. That is the most notorious one.
You see owl.
Girls actually post that. Oh, actually, I've seen girls
What?
post. Actually, that's a lie. I've seen
I've
seen
seen
girls definitely
I've
post
seen
it.
it a million. That's how you know something's happening that day. Like we would never know that until we see it online. The photo booth and like the basketball court.
You never know I'm there until the next day when I post my little black and white photo with no caption. It's cute. One thing
and that's
about
what
me,
I'm saying.
I love a photo booth. That's one thing. But I love a photo booth. If any event that I go to has a photo booth, I will take a picture.
Yeah, and this is what we were talking about. There is no male equivalent to that. Like that feeling that we get when you see the shorty that you want at the basketball court in the photo booth, where we're like,
Or
like
even-
that insecure pain
Stop
feeling.
looking for the male equivalent of shit. How about
Okay,
that?
but like, can we be evil for a second and devil's advocate? Because Drake aside, basketball courts aside, driveways aside, is there, like the watch, across the table and everything? What is the male equivalent? Like, is there something that women see on a man's story that makes kind of in their chest makes you sick?
It's the nails.
I don't think
across the table, or it's the nails holding a wine glass. I'm telling you, and I've been that woman before. It's not my proudest moment. I've been that woman that's like, okay, let me look. If he's eating, is he across the table from somebody? And if does this person have nails? If this person has their nails done, or if their hands look feminine, I'm like, who the fuck is that?
Have you been the nails?
I have been the nails, but there have been times where I've been the nails on an actual date, and there have been times where I've been the nails as a pawn. Now, there is people, this is gonna be funny. I have guy friends who are just platonic guy friends, and we'll go out to eat, whatever, and they'll be like, yo, like put your hand, like hold this glass right here, and like put your hand here, or like, like put your hand on the menu, or hold this wine glass. And usually I always have my nails done, so obviously you can tell I'm a woman, or naturally probably assume that I'm a woman because my nails are done. You never know. But point is, you're gonna naturally assume that I'm a woman. And they'll take a picture of like me holding the wine glass, and they'll post it on Snap. Within like minutes, it's like bing, 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 bing. Oh, are you on a date? Oh, who are you with? Who's that? LOL, blah, blah. Not knowing that I am not fucking this man. We are literally just friends. There are social media pawns. Are my friends evil for this? Of course they are. That's just them being mixed up to the girls that they're talking to. But
I didn't know you supported your man friends like this.
I do. But the thing is, it's like, people do put on a show for social media to like try to get a reaction out of the men that they're talking to, or the women that they're talking to.
But I still feel like that, one, is not as common, and two, doesn't hit the same as the sleeve with the with the watch across the table.
It hits the same because like,
the nails.
Yes, because which bitch are you with? Who are you with? And why are you out to dinner with her? And why are you buying wine?
I think it does hit the same. It's just it's easier for them to get off.
100%.
Yeah, it's easier for them, and women are probably gonna.
As soon as women see a fresh set in the background, they're like, "Yo, what the? Is he with a girl?
Is that a girl?" I think I might try that because I've never done that.
Yeah.
I've never done that before.
I'm telling you, girls will be like, "Yo, are her nails done? Is that a girl? Zoom in. Is that a French tip?"
But I think the difference is women probably just hide that better. Like you could probably feel like that, but you might not tell me that you feel like that. But guys will more so make it known.
That's not true because a lot of girls will respond to the story like, "LOL."
I disagree. Yeah, I think men bottle their emotions.
Who you with? Or LMAO, what is that? Or is that a girl?
you're
or
right,
are you
you're
with a
right.
girl? You better be with your sister.
And because
I've
that's what
seen
they
those
feel,
comments come
it's
in
fact.
real time. I've literally seen
You're right.
girls hit my nigga up like I'm talking like maybe like 8-10 messages from different women like, what the fuck?
You're right. Yeah, that's true. But I don't know. I just feel like also I've always said that women are more emotionally strong than men.
Yeah.
So even the equivalent, like still hurts more coming from them because we just can't handle
Cleavage
it.
in the background would put me into a grave. If I saw a girl, like, if she was, like, leaning over the table and, like, her titties were out in, like, a nice black dress, oh, my God, blocked. Oh, my God, blocked. Blocked.
You're not gonna play ball?
Blocked.
Fight back, Zoe.
No.
You don't know. You don't want a woman to fight back because you will be crying, bro.
Some dudes
You don't want a
Some
woman to
dudes
fight
do
back.
want them to
Blocked.
fight
If
back.
I see, like a
Stand
chest,
up.
like, sitting, and you see, like, a nice cleavage and, like, a black...
I've been unfriended because of stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like a girl like touched I was recording like this. I was in a club and a girl like from behind the camera like touched my face like this.
Oh, I've done those ones too.
Oh, she was like the girls are cheese, bro.
I've done those ones. Oh, girl. One thing about girl, we can be very sensitive. We can.
But I
Girls
still
try to act like, oh, I don't care. Bitch, you care.
But I still feel like they hide. Maybe I'm just talking for myself. Maybe I'm just emotional. Cause like I'm weird. I'm a very complex individual. I'm like an onion. I have layers, you know.
Oh,
I'm like the most nonchalant, emotional person ever. Like
Yeah.
I'm very
That's
emotional, but I don't care at all. But when I do care, I'm very emotional. And I don't like to get to that level. So when I start getting that feeling, like when a girl starts to make me feel like I care what she's doing, I kind of just like I have to cut it off because like why are you upsetting me?
So childish.
Like no, I
Yeah,
don't
allow
want to do
yourself
it.
to be
I don't
vulnerable
like
once in a
I
while.
don't
come
like
on.
feeling insecure.
Right.
Especially if it's over someone that I know I don't want to be with.
Yeah.
So why are you making me feel like this? So now I can't rock with you no more.
But how do you know you don't want to be with them then if they're making you feel that way? That means that there's
And they're
something
not
more
making
there.
You feel like this is
And
in
yeah,
you,
that's
you
not,
know?
they're not making you. This is just you.
Yeah, me feeling
this way.
Yeah, but you can still like you can have a little like thing for someone that you know you're not gonna be with.
That's your comfort zone, eh? You stay there in the like. You don't like.
I don't know if
going
I've
past that.
had that
Yeah,
like feeling with a guy that like I just don't really care for.
Yeah, but there
Because
could
when I
be
catch myself being that way, I'm like, Actually, maybe it's similar to what you're saying then.
Yeah, I think there could be slight feelings, but you don't really like you don't want to go all the way there.
Right.
But I've caught myself and I've genuinely tried to sit down and think like, yo, why does this person's actions affect me in any type of way, even though it shouldn't? And especially, and I think it's even worse. It's different if a girl is trying to make you jealous or trying to make you upset. Then you can kind of at least see the motive behind it. But when it's like a girl's just living her life and I'm over analyzing things and I'm getting upset on my own, no. All right, this needs to stop right now because I'm being insane. Like, what am I really doing?
It's a scary position to be in.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
That is fair.
And I still can't figure it out. I never got to the bottom of what is it that makes me feel insecure or uncomfortable about this person just living their life.
Doesn't it just mean you like them? Like,
I would think so.
yeah, I think it's simple.
Yeah, but then what's the next course of action? If it's someone that you know that you like, that's not what you're on.
You gotta.
You either ghost them or
Don't
what?
ghost.
You gotta like unlearn. You gotta. It's like kicking a habit. Like, you know.
That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to unlearn those ways. Cause it's just not like it's not something that I should be doing.
I mean, that's fair. But before we move on, because we gotta make our way down this topic list, I want to quickly revisit the fiasco that we started last episode. Right?
This time I was not involved.
Okay, maybe not you started. Maybe I don't think I started it either. That was more of our last guest, Carissa started.
I don't know. You were pretty violent.
Okay, so this is what I'll say.
Yeah, you had a hand.
Last episode, we spoke about, and also I will say out front that I don't agree with the whole masculine, feminine energy thing that Carissa was trying to argue. I didn't really agree with it because I was kind of like, I don't really understand how that works, and I don't really, but whatever. But I will stand on the fact of the whole, chivalry, or whatever, the chivalry, the generous things that men do, how I experience it different places, right? A lot of men, it came back in the comments because I said, some men don't send over a bottle of wine or offer to pay for a meal. Some men are like, oh my God.
The bottle of wine they got hung
There
up
are
on.
there are niggas out here buying bitches bottles of wine. And I'm like, to me, I don't understand what was so baffling that I said that. Like, why was it such a crazy thing that I've experienced men send over a bottle of wine to our table? Oh, that's from that guy sitting over there. Like, why is that? Like, I don't understand why that doesn't register to some men. Like, why is that such a shock factor that there are men out there that do that?
I think to those men.
Don't look at him.
I think those men that find it crazy, just like, because the idea of that, sending a bottle of wine at a restaurant, like, oh, I'm going to send the bottle to her, like, it's that 50, 60, 70 bucks for a bottle of wine at a restaurant or something like that. And I think a lot of men will look at that as like, I'm just going to spend all that money just to try and shoot my shot. Like, no, I wouldn't. I can only surmise that's what.
But
they
why
think,
do things need to be so transactional between men and women? I don't understand.
That's how they feel. I think that's how they feel. They feel it's being transactional.
See, I wasn't gonna join in on this, but now I have to.
Yeah.
Go
Get her,
ahead,
so
because
now
it
let me
doesn't make
take my-
sense to me.
Now let me take my time to articulate this properly so you guys don't misinterpret what I'm saying. So I feel like there are times when women will choose when transactional relationships benefit them and don't benefit them anymore. So in this scenario, a lot of people that talk about chivalry, like what you're saying, sending over a bottle of wine, paying for the meals for whatever, a lot of people attach chivalry strictly to monetary acts, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Chivalry is a spectrum that has to do with more than money. But when people are talking about chivalry, a lot of times people are strictly talking about money. But then these are the same people that try to say that they can't be bought. Money doesn't matter to them. Mm-hmm. But if said money is a standard, you can't really say that, because I can see how, as a guy, maybe if you don't articulate it properly, how you can be like, yo, so is Zoe just saying that if I can't, because what if I want to? What if you and your friends are out? You guys are vibing. If I had the money, I would love to pay for your meal, but I don't. But now that I didn't, you are going to think of me as less chivalrous than the next guy who paid for your stuff,
I
but
don't
wasn't
think so.
really as connected to you as me. But and you can say that you don't think so, but at the end of the day, a lot of it has to come back to money.
It doesn't, well, to me, it doesn't have to, because like, obviously I was giving the example of like, sending, because I was giving example of going out, and people were like, oh, why, like you said, people are like, why does it have to be about money? Because my example was going out. Usually when you're going out, you're eating, you're drinking, and obviously you have to pay for that shit, right? That's what I'm saying. That was the example of using money. But obviously you can be chivalrous in other ways. So it does come, like, to be chivalrous in a sense where you're like out, like I've definitely like entertained men who like, oh, like hold the door for me, you know what I mean? Or like they will wait, or like, oh, did you call it Uber? Like, okay, let me wait for you, and they'll like open the doors, I get the Uber. Then I'm more like, oh, like, what's your name? Like we can exchange numbers or whatever. That's another way too. But I don't understand why, when it comes to the monetary aspect of chivalry, why it needs to be so transactional, and two, looked at like this crazy thing. Like, oh my God, I can't believe niggas actually do that. And when I brought up, there's actually a situation where some guys are going back and forth with me in the podcast DMs about when you buy, for example, if you see me in the club and I'm with Cam, right? And you only want to talk to me, do you only buy me a drink, or do you buy me and Cam a drink?
See, that gets difficult too, because I understand both sides. I understand only buying you a drink, and I understand buying you both a drink. It depends on the game that you're trying to play. Because
that's what I'm saying, but why do you have to think about it like that?
Because, like, you kind of do have to think about it like that. Because think about it this way. Like, it all depends on context. I'm trying to talk to you. Cam is there. If Cam is being a terrible person to me, just because I want to talk to you, I now have to do something for you and her. She's a terrible person. So why?
I don't understand. Why is she a terrible person? Because why?
I'm saying if in this scenario she's like being rude to me or like for whatever reason she's not being a nice person.
Okay.
And I don't feel like any sort of like positivity from her.
Right.
Me buying her something just because I'm trying to impress you is very disingenuous because it's just trying to like it feels like you're doing a lot to try to impress you. So that in that scenario, I can see why someone would not want to buy you both something.
To me, I don't see it like that. To me, I kind of see it as a common courtesy thing. It's like if you go to someone's house and I know that you and Chris, for example, if I go to your house and you have two guys over that I don't know, but I'm like, hey, I'm at McDonald's. Do you want anything? I'm obviously going to ask your other two friends too, even if I don't know them. I'm not going to show up with McDonald's for only me and you when two other guys are sitting there. I feel like it's a common courtesy thing. You know what I mean? And like, I understand. First of all, I'll make this very clear. I'm never the woman to be like, you have to buy a drink for my friend too. I will never do that because I'm not telling you how to spend your money. And also I'm not an entitled person, but I will kind of be like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, okay, I'll take this drink, but like my friend's kind of just sitting over there. And there's been situations with guys, and this guy, I saw him at this party and he was trying to talk to me and he only gave me a shot from his bottle. But I just felt weird, like, okay, let me just buy my friend a drink because, you know what I mean?
But I think that is different. That's what I'm saying is context. If it's a situation where I have a surplus, like if I have a bottle, there's no way I'm only giving a shot to just a girl if she's with her friends. Impossible. Like, there's no way.
Yeah.
If I'm buying a drink, I might just buy you a drink because I don't have that thing on hand, you know? I can see how it's a little bit different.
My thing is, you have the right to choose who, like, if you have the right, but you can't look at a girl, you can't be like, oh, like, why are you moving like that? If she chooses to look at you kind of weird because, like, oh, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. To me, it's just like, if you see that I'm with someone, you can't, to me, it's just like, it's just common courtesy to just not leave that person out. Like, my food example, if you are with Chris at your house, but I'm only coming to see you, I think it's rude if I just show up with a meal for you. Like, does Chris want a fry? Does Chris want a burger? You know what I mean?
But think about it. No, but think about it realistically. How many people think like that? That's not a majority. A majority of people don't think like that.
But that's my problem. That's the issue. They're making it seem as, you want me buying here drinks. It's just common. I'm not telling you to be out here and buy my drinks.
But then it's a slippery slope then. Because now what if it's me and Chris and Cam and this person and that person and that? You're going to buy 7 meals because 7 of my friends are there? You're not doing that. You're not doing that.
I think it's courteous but common. Like, it's not. I don't know if it's.
I think it's courteous to do, but if you don't do it, it's not disrespectful.
In that case, I wouldn't buy any McDonald's. If it's like, yo, I'm here with like 12 other people, I'm like, okay, I'm not coming with any McDonald's then.
But 3 or 4, you're buying 3 or 4 people McDonald's then?
Yeah, I'd buy like a 1-2. I'd be like, yo, what do you guys want? You know what I mean? If it's like you plus 2 of your friends, I'll buy whatever. But I just think it's like, you know, and like I said, everyone has the right to do whatever they want with it. I just think it's like, I don't know. I look at it as like a common courtesy thing.
It's definitely context. I think you were talking from the perspective of someone who's a good person and someone who knows that their friends are good people. You have to take into account the interactions that men have with women who are not good people.
And even some guy was like, well, if I'm only trying to talk to you, why am I buying your friend a drink? I'm only trying to talk to you. It's like, bro, so you're just only like, you're using the drink to only talk to me, and like that also, I hate too. That's saying everything has to be so fucking transactional.
No, but also I think that specific scenario about in the club is a very specific one too, because like we have said before, people can get used in the club. So if I was talking to you, and
what do you mean by used? Like for your alcohol?
I'm explaining. Okay. If I'm trying to talk to you. And you know, girls have done this all the time. You've been with a girl that has gone over somewhere else to get drinks from someone and came back to you and gave you the drinks and whatever. I think you're kind of just trying to cut down on that, like just in case, because I think nightlife in general, people get used a lot. People get finessed a lot.
Yeah.
So you try to minimize that by only doing what you have to do because you don't want, because how do I really know? If it's my first time meeting you, you could literally you could be talking, we could be vibing, but you could have a man, your friend could have a man, you could be not interested in me at all. You just want to get this drink and keep it moving. So now I'm trying to be courteous. I buy all 6 of you a drink. So you say thanks, and I never see you again. Now I'm like, wow.
And I think that's
is it
like
that serious though?
The risk and the mindset of a man who doesn't want to spend that $50, $60 on a bottle. Because I also seen comments in this video where a woman was like, question for the men, just because I can buy my own bottle, why does that mean you can't buy me a bottle and match my energy? And then a guy comments under that and goes, would you look for a guy who bought you a bottle if they sent it to you? And she goes, no, because if you're going out of your way to send me a bottle, why not also introduce yourself, if you're going to insert yourself in my night? And it's like, kind of seems like she just wanted the bottle.
But I mean, I hope if you're buying a bottle, or if you're buying anything, whether it's a freaking shot, a bottle, a drink, a freaking appetizer for me, I'm hoping you're doing as way like, oh, like this guy over there, like point. I hope that there's like, oh, this guy saying, so I can go over and say thank you and start a conversation or whatever. You know what I mean? But I'm not I'm not obligated to give you my number, or you know what I mean, or sit and talk to you for half an hour. Like that is just your way of trying to get my attention, right?
Definitely.
But I think men see it as, well, if I'm only trying to get her attention, I'm only gonna send it to her. But what happens if she's not even fucking interested?
Exactly. But I think some women position it also in a way that this is the only way you are going to get my attention.
Oh, that's not how it is for me.
And if you're doing this at a rapid rate, like multiple times, like multiple weeks, like if you're one of those guys where if that's your game, like buying drinks, buying shots, paying for stuff, that can add up very quickly. And I think a lot of women don't really take that into account, because a majority of the time in the dating scene, the woman is more often than not really paying for stuff. Mm-hmm. So I don't think you guys really register that if I'm dating, and I'm dating regularly, and I'm dating women, let's say I'm dating women that are used to a certain type of lifestyle, or that just like nice things, not even used to a certain type of lifestyle. Mm-hmm. That can get expensive very fast. I'm going on 3-4 dates a week to somewhere that's over a certain amount of money. Like, you may not take that in because it's not a you problem, but how I act is going to be a direct reflection off of that. Like, that matters too. If you're the only one I'm trying to impress, I might just go, okay, you and all your friends go get something. But if I have to do that times 5, now I might be a little stingy with giving an extra shot to your friend. You know, it just depends on the life that you live.
Nigga, budget better. I don't know. Stop dating so many things. The fuck?
See? Privilege. Said, talking from privilege.
Some women will be the type to be like, yo, you got to buy my friend a drink too. Like, I've seen women be like, so you don't see my friend? Which I'm kind of like, oh, you know, that's a little, I wouldn't do that. But like I said,
But even if it's for weird. Them, because a girl's done that to me too. Like, a girl has told me, yo, my friend's interested in you. I went to go talk to her. We're talking. I'm like, yo, like, you know, give me your Instagram. She's like, are you going to buy me a shot? I'm like,
oh, that's a little wild. Yeah, that's
crazy. No, I took my phone back and I left. That is a transactional. You think like your Instagram is worth a shot?
That's kind of extra.
If you give me your Instagram and I want to buy you a shot after, cool. But don't tell me to get your Instagram, I have to buy you a shot. Are you insane?
I will agree that some women do give the transactional vibe. Like, oh, well, are you going to get me a drink? Oh, you're going to buy me a bottle? Or you're going to do this? Which I'm kind of like, that's annoying. But I would say that I do like to appreciate when men do that. Or any type of shit. Like I said, even like opening a car door, or like holding the door, or like making sure you get in your Uber, making sure the address is correct, whatever. Like, that is stuff that I like. That's not monetary.
Definitely. But you can agree that a majority of people, when they talk about chivalry, it's monetary.
Nowadays, yes.
So then that leaves out. So then, like, you see how that can leave out a portion of men that are not financially abundant. It can make them feel a type of way, because now it's like, okay, now you're basically saying that I'm not deserving of someone because I don't have a lot of money.
Yeah.
And that can manifest in different ways, like how people are commenting and stuff.
Yeah. But
stressful competing with scammers and drug dealers.
Yeah,
stuff,
bro.
Lil Baby bought his girl a hair salon. Like, I gotta compete with these niggas, bro. Come on.
Especially scammers that just chop money and fling money. You can't expect a regular guy to compete with that.
Listen, I've been out before, and I've been like just my platonic friend. Like he invited us out and he was like, you know, you come, bring all your girls, we're going out, this party, blah, blah, blah. And before they even bought a bottle, he was like, yo, let me buy you and all your friends shots. There was probably like 5 of us, like including me. 5 or 6 of us, including me. And he literally bought us all a shot of tequila. But if he only bought me one, and then my 5 friends, I didn't expect him to buy all of us shots, by the way. Like, I never asked him, I expected it. But he's like, let me buy you a shot. He's like, oh, and call your friends too. But if he kind of just only bought me a shot, I would kind of understand because there's 5 of us, but I'd still kind of be like, damn, like my 5 friends are kind of just standing there watching me take this shot.
I definitely understand.
Yeah. But outside of that, I just think things don't need to be so transactional, and men don't need to act like men that do that are fucking pussies or chicks or whatever.
And women don't need to act like only men that do that are the ones deserving of love.
Love?
Yeah.
Of love?
And
of
Shucky
love.
Ducky.
Yeah.
Oh, dear God.
That's how it be.
Of love? Deserving of love?
Anything. Deserving of anything.
Yeah. I've had a man who was very chivalrous, like outside of monetary, because he was from the South. And I honestly wasn't even used to it. Like when he would, I don't know if I've told the story before on the podcast, I probably have, but like when I was like with him, like spending time with him, like he would not let me touch a door. Like every single time we went out, he would open the door, whether it was a mall door, a restaurant door, car door to his fucking apartment. Like he would open every single door. And to me, it was just like, it was like the weirdest thing. Like this nigga will not let me touch a door. And also he would not let me carry anything. Like if we went out to get food and like we're getting takeout and I went to like pick it up, like I would like turn around and he'd like grab it and I'd be like,
yeah, I'm kind of that way. But do you think as a guy, like, you know, when you're trying to be courteous, do you feel like it's disingenuous when you're like doing too much? Like she said, if you're not that guy, but you're opening every door, you're carrying everything, you're standing on this side of the road, you're doing all of this.
Yeah.
Do you feel fake?
No, because I'm that guy. I like being chivalrous. I like opening the door and everything, and I like having those interactions. And yeah, it feels very genuine to me. It's something I enjoy doing.
interesting.
And I know that not every dude's like that. So like I understand where the conflict
Because the complex comes into play where it's like when people talk about chivalry from like a monetary standpoint, and you know the Twitter thing of, oh, you never hear rich men complaining about spending money. It's only the broke men that complain about spending money on women type thing. A lot of times people only say that, but they're not really talking about how some, not all, some of these people that have a lot of money and that are spending all this money on you, and that if this is what you have in your idea as your idea of chivalry and someone wanting you, like they're not doing anything else for you. Like they're trying to buy you. They're buying you anything. Anytime they get you mad, they're buying you something.
That feels more fake.
They try to, they want you to give them a break. They're buying you something. Here, go on a trip. Go take this. Go do that.
Mm-hmm.
Paying for friends' shots like is something like maybe you have to do, but that feels more disingenuous.
Because I feel like people don't take that into account. Like, okay, yeah, a man is spending all this money on you, but he's not really treating you that well. He's just spending money on you. And this is enough for you. Like, so you don't really want to get treated well. You just want money. And that's like a transactional.
Well, you want to be treated.
Yeah, you want to be treated. Because then if you want to get into the like men that have money, that treat you well, that are good people, that percentage gets very, 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 very small. So it's like you have to be realistic, you know?
Can I ask Zoe, that guy that you said was very like chivalrous with like doors and stuff like that, did he have like scammer level money? Like was he
was like a professional.
So do you feel then that men who are more like that are overcompensating for the fact that they can't just throw money?
But he had money.
Because I'm like that. I don't have money to just go and throw and buy your friends everything, but like I'll be very, courteous about the door and like, be thoughtful in that sense.
He definitely had money.
Okay.
Because money.
He just didn't have his profession was not doing illegal activities, but his profession did make him a lot of money.
Because money can, now that I really think about it, money can make you look way more chivalrous and courteous.
Oh, absolutely.
Because what if you want to see a girl, yo, I'm sending a car for you.
Oh,
right
yeah.
Yeah, bro.
For
sure.
you, it'd
be so easy
for
to
you
get
to
off.
get
Yeah.
into your car and drive to go get her and then drive all the way back home. In my head, I might be like, yo, that's too much. But if I can stay home and just send you a car, she's gonna be like, oh my God, he sent me a car. But at the same time, I put in no effort for that.
But there is something to
I can see how they can be masked.
There's something to be said about that, though, like going to go physically pick her up or something, like as opposed to making her a meal, as opposed to Uber Eating her. So, you know, there's some.
I'm
some
not
love
at the making meals level yet. Still, one, because I'm not that great of a cook, but also it takes that's a lot.
Yeah. But a very or moving on to a very, I guess it's still a sensitive topic that.
Oh fuck.
So. I guess why are you both drinking? You guys are so annoying. You both sip and drink at the same time. Anyways, because everyone's been talking about it and the interview is fairly new with Miss Meg the Stallion, right? This case has been going on for like 2 years now. We've definitely seen a divide happen. Why are you looking at me like that?
No, continue.
You're looking at me like you're about to bust a sweat, like you're scared I'm about to say the wrong thing.
No, continue. You can't say the wrong thing.
Yeah, you're fine.
There's nothing wrong that
You're
you can
fine,
say.
so.
Trust me, there's nothing wrong you can say.
Okay, so, you know, we saw her interview come out with Gayle King, right? I did watch it. So what I will say is people were upset she even did the interview. I don't understand why. She had stopped looking at me like that.
I'm looking at her.
Jesus. I don't think there was an issue with her doing the interview. I feel like whenever something happens, like for example, Chris Brown and Rihanna, she did the Oprah interview. When something like this detrimental or like something of this magnitude happens, usually one party does an interview. I'm pretty sure Chris Brown also did an interview after it happened,
he did like
right?
a CNN or something.
Yeah, so that happened. So I don't understand why all of a sudden it doesn't apply to her. Like, why is she interviewing? I don't understand why she shouldn't be. Whatever. So she did the interview. You know, she gave context of her side of the story, right? At the end of the day, it is her side of the story. Why I'm bringing this up is, you know, she did this interview. She gave her side of the story. And I'm not sure exactly when this verdict is supposed to come out or whatever. But what I will say is, I don't want people to keep looking at this as a win-lose situation, right? People are looking at it as, well, Meg's going to win the case and then everyone who defended Tory's going to look dumb, or Tory's going to win and get off and everyone is like, Meg's a liar, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, this is a lose-lose situation for both parties.
Yeah.
It really is. And it's super unfortunate because it's a lose for a black woman because at the end of the day, a black woman left physically injured. Right? No matter how it happened, accidental, it was intentional, whatever. At the end of the day, she left with physical injuries. You can't deny that. There's medical proof. She left with physical injuries, right? Tory, on the other hand, is a black man. I thought he was super talented, you know, also from Toronto or Canada, so a little bit closer to home for us. It's unfortunate that this happened and this could be detrimental to his career. Whether he gets off the case or he ends up getting charged, he's fucked both ways, right? This is a situation that unfortunately is going to hurt both of them, no matter what the verdict is. But I don't understand why people are trying to have this narrative of like, we got to pick a side, or, you know, at the end of the day, I believe Meg. I'm going to say that. I believe her story. Does that have anything to do with me picking a side? To me, no. I believe her, and that's it. That's all I have to say. I don't understand why I have to be like, oh, I believe her. At the end of the day, I don't know for a fact what happened. None of us know for a fact what happened that night. All I can do is believe her story because at the end of the day, she was the one who was physically harmed. But I don't understand why people who respectfully don't know these two people personally at all, were not there that night, are willing to die on these hills. I feel like, okay, I believe her story. She left injured, and it's simple as that. I don't know why it has to get so nasty.
You are right.
Oh my God.
I think a lot of people, you know.
You are so annoying.
Yeah.
Tresor will not speak. He is like, absolutely not.
I think a lot of
This
people
nigga is sweating.
approach this crazy situation that happened with like their mind made up kind of already. They were already on one side before this even occurred, and they're somewhat projecting, you know?
Right.
Whether you believe Meg, whether you believe Tory, whatever your narrative that you're rolling with on this concept, I think people are kind of like, there's people that are like, oh, you know, Tory, you know, is a black man being done wrong, and they're gonna die on that hill every single time. They don't care about Tory's music. They just go and look for stories where it's like this, so that they can get behind, you know, a black man being done wrong. That narrative, and then there are a lot of people who are like, you know, for black women and want to support them, and obviously we know the mistreatment that black women face in the entertainment industry and just life in general. So I think there's a lot of people who are advocates for that type of issue and aren't gonna, like, they're just already on that side. There isn't really any, like, the verdict can come out and Tory could get proven innocent. They're still gonna be on that side. They may not even be that big of fans of Meg Thee Stallion. I just think that's kind of where they stand on that issue.
Yeah.
That's why I feel people are so divided, so passionate, so emotional about this issue, because it's very symbolic for a lot of different things. Like you said, Tory's a black man being, you know, in court right now, being persecuted, and Meg's a black woman who was harmed. So it's a very emotional and passionate situation, and that's why I see it.
Yeah, and I think that people need to stop looking at it so black and white, because I don't think it is very black and white. At the end of the day, she did say that they were friends. It's not like this was like a random guy or like they had beef, and you know what I mean? Like, they were friends and shit went completely left that night. Unfortunately, that ruined their friendship and relationship. But like I said, there's definitely stuff that happened, and I'm sure this has definitely ruined relationships for Meg. You know, I know that people have looked at it very, like I said, there's stuff that we don't know. I'm sure there's stuff that we don't know. That's just naturally how these things work. There's definitely stuff that we don't know because we weren't there. But you don't know who was there, why they feel that way or whatever. I'm sure Meg has had relationships ruined and Tory's had relationships ruined. You know what I mean? So like I said, it's at the end of the day, it's a loss for both of them. Because I'm sure there's people who look at Meg sideways who used to fuck with her, but look at her sideways, and vice versa for Tory. Unfortunately, this situation, it's like there is no win or lose. They're both in a really, really dark place from that fucked up situation that happened that night. But Meg was physically harmed, which kind of puts her more in that victim standpoint, which I completely understand. But it's still a loss on both sides, because no matter who wins this case, they still both went to very, very, very shitty situations, and they're both probably have relationships that have been ruined, aside from their own.
Yep.
Well, since you're not good at
Okay, what I will say,
Let's do it.
what I will say is the internet and social media is just a place of extremes.
it is.
You have to be on a side. You're not allowed to be neutral. You're not allowed to change your mind.
Right.
You're not allowed to wait for things. It's what do you feel right now? What happened? You need to pick a side.
Right.
And that's a dangerous way to live, because that's not realistic. Sometimes you have to process things. You have to look at things from different perspectives. You have to talk to different people. Like, you can't just expect everybody to have a stance and stand on that stance forever.
Especially for people that they don't know, and for situations that they don't know
for
either.
people you don't know. And then look at that person who has an opposite stance of you as a bad person because they think the opposite way that you do.
Yeah.
Like, that's a dangerous way to think. And that's the way that the internet is going. That it's like, if you're not on my side, whatever buzzword applies to you, you are that.
Yeah.
And you're going to be labeled that forever. No matter how many positive things you do after this fact, you did this at this time, or you said this, then that's it for you. Yeah,
Yeah.
you agreed with this, and
that
that's
extent.
it for you. And that's just a scary,
Yeah.
that's a scary
I
thing.
I don't think there needs to be sides amongst strangers. I think both of them have the right to tell their stories. Whose story I decide to listen to is up to me, right? I might choose to listen to Meg's story and not Tory's, or Tory's story and not Meg's, whatever. But, you know, they both have the right to tell their story. However people want to perceive it, they can. But the whole sides thing and, you know, whatever, I don't get it. All I have to say is I believe her, and that's it. You can take the information how you want to. That's it. There's no like, I'm on her side and I'm going to die on this hill and blah, blah, blah. And every nigga who's not on her side hates black women. No.
Yeah, but like you said, I do think it is projection. Like, people are just using this situation to get off what they feel about a particular group of people, just in general.
And I say that too, not even to like be condescending to people who are projecting, you know, because I think there needs to be people who are advocates for black women, you know, and I think there are people who need to be vocal about, you know, the way court systems treat black men, you know. So I understand, like I get where it's coming from, you know. I totally see why there's the divide, and it's not fun. Like, it's not like there's not going to be a W. No, there's going to be no winners here, you know.
None.
So
None. Absolutely none. I mean, like, yeah, I really don't see anything happening where they both kind of, I mean, maybe unless they like forgive each other, or unless Meg forgives Tory publicly,
but then even
and they
so,
rekindle, do you think that would have people?
No, it wouldn't, because even look at like Chris Brown and Rihanna.
I think
Like,
people looked at it differently when they rekindled.
Yeah, but people still label Chris Brown a certain way.
But I
even
think
though,
that label also came from because he continued to do. I feel like if it was that one situation that got really fucked up that night and he had no other allegations, no other domestic violence charges, he wouldn't be as bad off, like as negative as he's perceived now. I think when he started racking up those more allegations, it was like, okay, you know, clearly that this wasn't
But I still think that even if Tory and Meg forgave each other, became good, like they were like the best of friends, people are still gonna be on a side of, yeah, we didn't forget what happened and we're not letting that go type situation. Because people really go really hard for strangers. Like, I don't get it, but yeah, I don't think that's ever gonna be completely erased.
Yeah, I think, like I said, it's
on the internet at least.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's hard for both sides, and I really don't think people should see it as a win-loss situation. At the end of the day, it's unfortunate, literally on both sides, no matter what the outcome is.
Word.
But that's all I can say about that. I'm not gonna stress you guys out anymore about what you can say, because you both are over there fucking sweating your asses off about saying the wrong thing.
I think I did good.
Yep.
I think we did great.
You're not getting me today.
But also, what was I gonna say? Oh, this OnlyFans. Okay, you made a comment, and that I don't agree with. You made a comment off air. We do a lot of things off air, by the way. Okay, you made a comment off air and said that OnlyFans.
I'm gonna change it.
Okay.
OnlyFans is like the SoundCloud rapper of like that side of life. Like,
elaborate.
OnlyFans is equivalent to SoundCloud rapper. To where it
from
was
a women
something,
and a men's perspective.
Yeah, it was something that people saw a small percentage of people do that blew up, that people assumed was easy, that they themselves started doing at a lower quality, did not achieve as much success, but still think that they are going to get to that top percentile level.
Okay, I see. I can agree with that.
A lot of girls start OnlyFans thinking that they are going to run up a stupid bag like these small
like
percentage of women do.
Like,
and that's
chromas.
not realistic. You are just an average person with no big platform. How do you imagine that you are going to make $50 million on OnlyFans like Bad Baby?
I agree. What I will say is, I feel like in order to be that successful on OnlyFans, you have to have a solid platform beforehand. If you have like tens and thousands of followers on Instagram, or even like hundreds of thousands, and then you're like, I'm gonna start an OnlyFans, you already have a solid following. You know what I mean? So it's definitely easier for you to start an OnlyFans and make millions of dollars off of that. That's just common sense. So when women who have like 200 followers, you know, I'm not here to like follower shame, you know, that sounds super like first world, but you know, women who have a smaller following try to like start OnlyFans, it's like, yo, it's gonna be, I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's gonna be very hard for you to make millions of dollars on OnlyFans if you're only promoting to your followers of X amount. That's not as much as tens and thousands or hundreds of thousands. You know what I mean? And the other day, you have to promote this shit. You can't do OnlyFans and just put it on OnlyFans. How you gonna? It's marketing. Who's gonna see it? Who's gonna retweet? Who's gonna promote it? Who's gonna tell their friend and tell a friend, tell a friend to pay?
I've seen people do that too. I know girls that have OnlyFans that like didn't want to tell anyone that they had OnlyFans. So how are you planning on making money?
That's my point. You can't really do OnlyFans on the low.
You can't at all.
You feel though it's like
not if you want to make money at least.
You think it's the size of the audience? You think that's more important? Because I feel like it's. You said it's. Did you say the analogy that you feel that OnlyFans is more like?
My first analogy, it was like OnlyFans is like going to the NBA.
See, I think it's more like being a drug dealer as a woman because I think it's all about clientele and who your audience is. I think you can have 100,000 followers, but if you are like about health and wellness and like, you know, people following you aren't really looking at you half naked all the time, you may not translate as well on OnlyFans. I think if you have an audience of like men who are thirst liking you and everything like that, like that's when you like that person would be great at OnlyFans, you know that. So I think it's the type of audience.
Yeah, that's why it's mainly like the Instagram models that are kind of already like almost on that wave that are the ones that are able to do that type of stuff.
And that makes sense to me because you already have that follow. You already kind of like thirst trap on Instagram. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, anything could be a thirst trap anymore. You know what I mean? Like I put on lip gloss and niggas are like, oh my God, oh my God, lick your lips. And I'm like, ew, nasty ass. But the thing, like anything can be. Like even I had a guy friend like, yo, you should make an OnlyFans just for your lips. Like just have an OnlyFans of just you applying like lip gloss. Don't look at my lips like that. Why are you squinting at my face?
I'm trying to see like what they're like, you know, what the hoopla is about.
I have nice lips, bitch.
Like yeah, they're nice, but like, like
who the fuck you say?
Like they're nice, but like, are they $10.99 a month nice? I don't know about that. But they're nice.
You're a menace, bro.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
You're a menace.
Well, what lip content are you gonna do?
I don't know. First of all, this was not my idea. Okay, I did not.
Are we just doing like applying lip gloss, or are we doing like lollipops and bananas?
Yeah, bananas, bitch.
Bananas, popsicles.
Yeah, like
he told me
cucumbers,
that I should.
You know, them type of things. Freezies, ice cream.
You said cucumbers?
Yeah. Have a contest. See, like, you know.
Don't be.
You could start with.
You could start with contests, bro.
You could start with like. You could do a gradual like food. See what can fit like type of contest. Start with like baby carrots, Vienna sausages, celery, carrots, cucumbers, bananas. Then you go up to like eggplant, yam.
This is why we got Tresor the Max contract, bro. He knows this industry inside and out.
Yam. You know what comes after yam? Squash.
Some spaghetti squash. Yeah.
You know, things like that. See how far you could go.
Papaya.
Yeah.
Okay.
Papaya.
I don't know how that turned into this. All I was saying, I don't remember what I was saying.
That's a good idea. Someone on OnlyFans needs to do that.
I was trying to prove the point. Don't give away my idea. What if I wanted?
Are you going to do it?
I would never.
No, exactly.
But point is, anything nowadays could be a thirst. Like I said, because like a guy said I should start an OnlyFans just for my lips, and I was like, that's kind of OD, but whatever. But like I said, anything can be a thirst trap. So if you are a woman who has, 500,000 followers, and you posted a bikini pic once, there you go. I'm sure you have a market already.
Yeah, facts.
But
Simple.
also, I think Bad Baby making 50 mil is just a testament to how creepy people are.
Oh, absolutely.
Because she made that much because people want to see her. And like, she looks young. She is young. People want to see like that young looking child,
which I think is
whatever
super
she's
gross.
doing, which is nasty. Exactly.
Very gross.
Which is nasty. But I think that's why she made so much money, because so many people wanted to see this young girl doing whatever she's doing.
Yeah.
One of the bad adverse effects, there's a lot of 18-year-old women that were, pushed and thought that they could be, an OnlyFans creator, and it
didn't really work out for them. Now people
all.
in your school all have your nudes.
That's why I think it should be 21, the age to make OnlyFans,
I agree. Yeah, because
If you're
I
posting
think so.
like, content like that.
Pornography.
Yeah, porn content.
Sex work.
Then you think you should be 21 plus? I agree. I do think so.
18-year-olds, doing that, like it's
dark.
That's crazy. Yeah.
that's
It is
crazy.
dark. And I'm like at 18, like I feel like you might regret it by the time you're like 22. Like, oh my God, I was 18. I did that shit. Like, fuck.
You probably will.
Yeah. What do we got for time? Because I can't, by our new setup, I can't
2 hours.
see. Oh, we're at 2 hours?
And then I wonder if people think of the effects that it has on other people, like that guy, like the guy who's said his football team is always talking about his sister's OnlyFans.
Yeah.
And I seen the OnlyFans and she's going crazy on there.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, wild.
Really?
Going crazy on there.
Like,
So
I
I
quit
can't
the team.
imagine.
Like pussy lips out?
Yeah. Like having sex, sucking dick, like all
Catching
that.
nuts like in the face. Like, it's
Ooh,
bad.
and
And that's my sister. And mans are talking to me about that every day at school. Can you imagine how that makes you feel? Bro, I couldn't do it. Oh my god.
It would be up there with like having tickets to like a playoff game and then just not getting in.
the
at
fact
end.
that, like I mentioned last episode, the fact that my little cousins, like little high school friends, like watch our podcast TikToks and like, oh my God, your cousin's so fine. It's like, I could only imagine.
Yes, now imagine if you had only
I know, I could only imagine. Like he would, I could,
pulling
no.
out the cucumber pics.
Stop. Oh my God. Yeah, I could
There
only
is a
imagine.
market for that.
I'm not doing it. But
Zoe does have, now that she thinks about it, she has like 2007 Atlanta lips. Like lips that would have been in the mood board for ATL, like the aesthetic that they're going for.
Okay.
I could see that. Like Zoe looks like she could have.
Mid 2000s video vixen. You're
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Yeah. Could see her in a Mario video. See her on a
baby, I just don't get
106
it.
and Park countdown. See Zoe in 3 videos.
Okay, anyways, before we wrap things up, I'm going to wrap up my last topic because I told the timeline I was going to talk about it because someone tweeted me saying that they appreciate how I unabashedly, I don't know, something about how I unabashedly speak about like how light-skinned women, or how some, not gonna say all, how some light-skinned women like, perceive them or make themselves seem like they're always the most attractive woman in the room. Because I've seen that happen a lot lately, right? There was some women, maybe not too recently, but they did post, I remember someone sent it to me, like, what the fuck? They posted like this like Instagram story, like, oh, like light-skinned baddie takeover, like light-skinned crew takeover. You know what I mean? We're in 2022, right? I just don't understand this narrative that some light-skinned women feel that because they are light-skinned with a 3C hair texture that they're the prettiest woman in the room. And there are a lot of light-skinned women that you can always tell when a woman feels that way, especially when a light-skinned woman feels that way. It's some of the comments that they make, the way that they talk, and like, it's like, bro, it's like you really think that you are the baddest woman in the room because you are biracial and you have like this easy, air quotations, hair texture, right? I've heard a light-skinned woman that I used to be friends with make comments like, oh, like I have really like nice hair texture because like my dad's white. And it's like, how does that you know what I mean? So it's like, why in 2022 are we still using like this narrative that like light-skinned women are like the preferred type, or like light-skinned women are like automatically, if you're light-skinned, you're gonna be looked at and you're gonna be the prettiest one and you're gonna shit on every girl here? Like what? Who's doing it? Is
So
it the men
do
doing
you
it,
think
or are
it's-
these light-skinned women? Or not? This is not all. I have as we know, because you got accused, I have a lot of light-skinned friends. Okay. I have friends of all shades, all ethnicities. I don't have any white friends actually, but I do have a lot of, I said all ethnicities, but I actually don't have any white friends. Not like, I don't know. I had a lot of white friends when I was a kid, but like now most of my friends are black, biracial, or Asian, literally. I think that's it. But point is, when it comes to my black women friends, they range from light skin to dark skin, whatever. But I do have a lot of light skin friends as well. They don't have that mindset. And that's the reason why I'm friends with them, because I hate when women feel that because they have a lighter complexion and because they have a softer hair texture that they are automatically preferred. And they automatically talk about being preferred and how, you know, hashtag Blasian, hashtag biracial, you know, all that shit. I'm so over it. And I, like that person who tweeted me said, I will continue to let women know that, yo, just because you have a white mother and a black father does not mean that your genes are above everyone else's. There are unattractive light-skinned people. Newsflash. I don't know if that has been like a crazy thing, but there are genuinely unattractive light-skinned people. I know men who literally their type was curly hair. Light skin, curly hair. Doesn't matter what her face looks like, light skin, curly hair.
That's crazy.
Are you? What?
Yeah, no, that's crazy. But so do you think it's a ignorance thing or a unlearning that has to be done?
It's both. It's definitely both. Because like,
so do you give more what's it called? So do you give more like for lack of better words, sympathy to, because I don't know how you would be able to tell, but like, do you give more of like understanding to someone that you think like that's what has been put into their head and they're not really realizing the effect it has on someone versus someone who's just like ignorantly talking that way, or it doesn't really make a
no,
difference?
because I feel like you can unlearn it. So if you're still like,
you can unlearn it, but like at what time period? Like what if they haven't
as an adult, like out of high school?
Okay.
But especially now, because, you know, we're in a time where, you know, we're teaching people about like colorism and like whatever, and like black is beautiful of all shades and, you know, whatever, all that stuff. Like this shouldn't even be a thing anymore. So seeing women post like, oh, light skin baddie takeover, light skin crew takeover, that's so fucking whack to me. I would never post like brown skin takeover or brown skin is the you know, I'm brown skin baddie. Like what the fuck? Like what?
Yeah. I
don't get it. I don't understand why are we still doing it? Like I said, just because you are biracial does not mean that you are attractive. And I don't know who's putting it in women's heads. But like, wake up.
Yeah. I think it's a combination of things. Because like I think men perpetuated a lot by like, you know, dudes that have preferences for just curly hair. But I also think like, I think Netflix is to blame a lot, you know?
Netflix?
Like, I mean media and representation and stuff. Like, I say Netflix because I feel like anytime they come out with some new series or something and they want, like, a black person to star in it, it's always some curly-haired biracial girl, you know? A lot of series, I feel like when they want to represent black people, it's always a biracial person, you know? One of the ugly, you know, offsets of colorism. So I just think colorism as a broad spectrum is the reason, and it, you know, because that nurtures that bad perspective.
Because that even applies to guys too. Look at every Tyler Perry movie. The dark skinned guy is the evil man, and the light skinned guy comes in. The God fearing light skinned guy with long hair comes in and saves the brown skin or dark skin woman from that one
dark Tyler Perry movie where the light skinned man Michael Ealy threw his kids out the window. He was the light skinned devil in that film.
I don't remember that one.
Good, don't watch it. It's fucked.
Threw his kids out the window.
I don't want to talk about it. It's literally fuck Tyler Perry. Okay, is that how we're gonna?
That's how you can end it. Mr. Perry, if there is a show at Tyler Perry Studios in Atlanta that is looking for another cast member, I am open to negotiation. That was Zoe Smith. Z-O... How do you spell your name? I still don't know.
He still doesn't spell my name right. Every time we talk, he spells my name right.
Both of y'all. How do you spell your name? And is your name Clyde or is it Chris? Because she calls you two different things, and I don't know.
I don't know who the fuck Chris is. This Chris stuff people are talking about all the time.
She calls you Chris.
I don't know why she does that.
Like, did you just randomly make that up?
Yeah, like, who's Chris?
I'm so confused. Like, I don't even know if he's joking or like.
I don't know either.
Yeah,
so where
Chris?
did like?
Sometimes I just think of Chris and I'm like, oh, let me just call him Chris.
All right, now you guys are playing.
But regardless, like I said, to wrap that up, I just think that, and it's gotten to the point where my other friends notice it too when they go out, like my other non-light skinned friends, and they're like, bro, like what is this energy that some of these light skinned women are giving off? Like we're in 2022, outside's open again. Like why do these women move like they are like God's given earth and they walk and it's like everyone better move out the fucking way and everyone, you know what I mean? It's like, bitch.
Yeah, it's wild.
Do you guys notice it too?
Yeah.
Or is it just me? Do you notice certain light-skinned women move like that? No, like I said, not all. It's certain. And you can always.
But like that's been a stereotype of light skins that they move a certain type of way.
It's been like
I've seen
on one lately. Like it's been like really.
I mean, we are not as outside as you and in the elite rooms that you are, so we might not notice it as much as you do. But it's definitely a thing. But I think like the Super Saiyan light skins that you're talking about usually frequent those type of rooms. So I'm not really gonna see that girl at wherever I'm at.
Oh.
You know.
I'm gonna leave it there. Cause I just think it's absolutely wild that some of these women act like they shit don't stink because they're biracial. And it's like, girl, who told you that you were the hottest thing because you got 2 races? Huh? Pretty is pretty. And I'm not here to call anyone, not pretty or unattractive.
There are a few people that shall remain nameless that are famous that she claims are not good looking.
I do believe that a lot of women, especially in the music industry, are a lot further off because they are light skinned. I will leave it at that. Yeah. I definitely believe that a lot of these women who yes, they are pretty, but I think that they are a lot further off in their career because they are light skinned. Yeah. Not because they're talented, because they're light skinned. Because I personally think that Flo Milli, who is absolutely beautiful, dark skinned, and talented, should be way bigger than a lot of these other light skinned.
She's hard.
Artists.
She's dope, yeah.
So like I said, if I have to be the one to gently
break down
humble
biracial mediocrity. It's the word. That's it. Maybe even an episode title. Who knows?
Now have people shaking.
Biracial mediocrity.
Yeah, but it's like if I have to be the one to be like, bro, like I said, this who is gonna dismantle this privilege? Who?
You, I guess. It can't be us.
The biracial wranglers, though.
Don't
put
them
in check.
That.
It can't be us.
Why?
That's not something like.
So should I, as someone who's biracial, should be checking the other biracial people in our community? Like, is it up to us?
It's not. Like I said, I'm friends with a lot of biracial people. And they know it too. Where they're like, I have friends who have white fathers and black moms. I have friends who have white moms and black fathers. But they definitely hear when they're like, bro, like why? Like you and I are not the same. Like girls will come to my biracial girls who are that type of biracial girl will come to my biracial friends trying to like connect on some like, girl, like, we're better than them type shit. You know what I mean? And my friends will be like, whoa, I'm not one of y'all. And I've seen it happen and they've told me it happens all the time where like, those girls think that they find another biracial girl with 3, like they'll go to Cam and be like, oh my God, like, girl, like, like these guys like us because like, and Cam's like, what? Like what? What? And Cam is a light-skinned woman with like 3C hair texture. Visibly biracial. And girls will go to her and try to like finesse her mind to make it seem like, oh girl, like we're like better. Like, like guys, they want to talk to us. And Cam's like, I don't want to talk to anyone because she hates it here all the time.
Yeah.
But that's it. Anyways, someone got to dismantle the light skin mediocrity because it's crazy.
And leave
the
it
biracial
up to Zoe Budden.
Next time on the Relentless Diaries. But yeah, anyways, that was good. We're in the new studio space. First episode. I like it. Feels good. My chair's comfortable. The mics are good. The lighting's good. Hope I look bomb in all the
definitely
TikToks.
Look good on
all the TikToks camera. We post. But yeah, this was episode 8 of the Relentless Diaries. We're gonna close it out. I'm your main host, Zoe. AKA,
let us know if you want Zoe to start the mouth Onlyfans.
I will never. So don't ask me that. Is that camera still on?
No,
I will. Okay. Well, I will never. But anyways, yes, I'm your main host. Follow me on TikTok, y'all, because I'm gonna be like popping on there soon. You know what I'm saying? So follow me, and on Instagram, we'll put my little app there too. But thanks, guys. Do your little closeout.
It's your unproblematic, faithful black man, Trezor. use protection, kids.
Don't know how to follow that one up, but
Oh my God, follow it up.
Clyde Smith, co-host and producer. Go follow Zoe on TikTok. Yeah.
Thanks.
Leave a review on Spotify. 5 stars. You can now do that.
Oh, can
If you're
you?
listening on Spotify, go review us on Spotify if you haven't yet, and review us on Apple Podcasts too. But you've been able to do that. So if you haven't done that yourself.
And subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Yes.
Yes, subscribe to our YouTube and follow us on Instagram. Our Instagram followers have been going up lately, so all of that.
Looking
Follow
like a
us on
podcast.
right?
here.
Follow us on all platforms now. Boom, we're up here.
That
Period.
Patreon.
Period. I know everyone's like, start a Patreon. I'm like, oh, we'll start soon. Close us out, DJ. Give me a little something. It's so
Like
fire.
Zoe, mama, I go relentless.
We need our own closeouts, too.
Relentless.
I agree. I got ideas.
It's not every day, Zoe.
Yes, it is. Yes, it the fuck it is. Period.
Like Zoe, mama, I go relentless. What up, Zoe? Relentless. What up, Zoe? Relentless. Zoe. Relentless. Zoe. What up, Zoe? What up, Zoe?